Is this live? Is this live? Can you guys hear me? I bet you guys cannot. Let me check this out a second. Um, I do not know if this is connected correctly. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hopefully, I'm waiting for my host Jacob. I mean, my co-host Jacob to come on right now. I know that I am late. Okay, people say they can hear me. Okay, 24 people watching. I apologize profusely. I was running late. Jacob will be here in just a second as my co-host. Let me just share this stream and we can begin very shortly. Jacob should be here any minute now. So tonight we are watching the Oscars together, ladies and gentlemen. We got 41 people watching. Wow. This is a big night. 44 people watching already. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is the Oscars night where we are going to find out if Amelia Perez is going to win. And I got to be real with all you guys. Like, I almost was considering starting. Let's start this off with a Jester rant. I woke up this morning and I said to myself, I do not care about the Oscars this year. I do not care. Like, if I wasn't doing this, I would just like not watch this at all. Maybe I would see the tweets about it, like who won best actor, actress, best picture, and then I would just leave it at that. I could not care less about the Oscars this year. I have seen 5 of the films nominated. I'm kind of curious to see it, but this is the year that really broke the Oscars for me because I have seen how manipulated awards are. And Jacob is here. Jacob is here at last. Thank goodness. Paging Jacob. I think he's here.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can't see you though.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. I was hoping that this setup works. I'm going to have the Oscars playing on Hulu on my iPad and then with my headphones because I don't want it to come through and demonetize me. But Jacob, I was just doing a rant about the Oscars and how I do not care about this year. And yes, I am sitting in the proper chair. Thank you very much. We'll talk about the chair in a second. Jacob, I do not care about the Oscars this year. I mean, I'm doing this out of obligation to talk about it because it is a historic year. I feel like this is the year that the Oscars died for me. And what I was talking about is that I know that the Oscars have always been manipulated. We know that with Harvey Weinstein and his influence and all that. But this is the year where I guess it just hit me just how manipulated they are. Because why is Zoe Saldana winning all of these awards for her performance in Amelia Perez? I do not understand anyone who says, oh, she was the best thing about that movie. No, I called her a clown performance in that movie. She was getting memed. She is winning Best Actress awards left and right for it. Like, even as the Amelia Perez film has overall seemingly been canceled and Carla Sofia Gascon was canceled, like Zoe Saldana is still winning left and right. So this is like the year that killed the Oscars for me. I'm like, what does an award from the Oscars even mean anymore after this? We understand, like, probably the reason why Zoe Saldana is getting all these awards is because they already bought and paid for it. They already promised her that, and that's why she's continuing to get it. And so it's like, what does this even mean anymore? So Jacob, I don't know if you know, they are streaming on Hulu. I'm going to have Hulu up over here and watch them. They're supposed to start at 4. So anybody else who has Hulu, you can watch along the Oscars with us. I'm going to have my headphones on over here so it doesn't come through on the stream so I don't get demonetized. So we have 83 people watching. Just let me share this stream on Twitter before we get started. But I would like to say, as part of my preamble about how I just do not care this year, if you guys want to talk about, like, we're going to be here for 3 hours, you guys. If you guys want to talk about anything else, this is not a Q&A stream, but if you leave a super chat with a question, really helps out the channel. And we could just take the conversation away from the Oscars. We will interrupt it at big things like Best Actor, Best Picture. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of sitting and waiting here. So thanks for that. And so I'll get to you guys in the comments in a second. Let me just share this. How are you doing tonight, Jacob?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm curious to see if they'll actually let Emil Perez win Best Picture or if they're going to replace it with Conclave, which is what I thought was going to win originally. I still I think now that's even a possibility since with the whole Emil Perez scandals.
Yeah, and Jacob, we always do this when we because this is now I think we've done this like 4 years in a row now. We do our
Mhm.
Oscars live stream. I always do this beginning preamble. How many of the movies nominated for either Best Picture, Best International Feature, Best Animated Feature? How many have you watched this year?
Oh, geez. I would have to. One second. I'm actually not sure. I know for Best Picture, I think I've only watched one. Actually, I think it was, yeah, just Dune Part Two. That's the only one I watched. Oh, Conclave. Okay, so two. Let's see. Best animated nominees. I think. Um. Oh, Inside Out 2. I have seen that one. None of the others. What was the other one you asked?
Best International.
Let's
Let me
see.
see. I'm just trying to find the Oscars themselves right now. I see in the
None
Oscars.
of them. I haven't seen any of the international ones. Personally, I think Black Belt was it Black Belt Cop from South Korea. I don't know why that one's not on the list. That's a fantastic film, I hear. What was the other one? There was another one I thought should have won, but anyway, yeah, I have watched. This is very poor because normally I at least have seen. Normally I have seen at least three of the best pictures. That's like my average, but for me to only see two, that's almost unheard of.
Yeah, just a second, everyone. I'm trying to find where the Oscars are on Hulu. They say that they have the red carpet show on here. Um,
Yeah, I'm bumping into the same problem. I have it on mine as well. I have the
sometimes they start like 10 minutes late. I'm gonna just have Twitter up just in case we miss anything, but I'm just kind of waiting for it to refresh. So for what I have watched for the Oscars, I've watched 4 movies on the Best Picture list. I have seen Dune Part 2, Wicked, Amelia Perez, and The Substance, actually. And I would normally be really excited for The Substance getting nominated because it's a horror movie. In fact, I think back in the day it would have been considered like a direct-to-video horror movie or something. It's crazy that that one is on there. But then, Amelia Perez completely nuked all of that energy. And and I've seen The Wild Robot. So I guess, and that's only Best Animated Feature. But I guess I've seen 5 of them and I was considering watching more, but I think is it The Brutalist that's like 4 hours long or something?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried to watch it.
But it's like, do I
per,
really want to sit through a 4-hour movie that I'm gonna forget? Um
that's a good
in
question.
5 minutes.
I
I
want
don't
to know
even
why
remember.
juror number two. I want to know why juror number two isn't on the best picture list. Like I know it's not necessarily best picture material, but out of this list, it's better than all of them with the exception of Dune Part Two.
Yeah, I don't think that it's Best Picture material. I don't think Wicked actually deserves Best Picture material on here. I apologize, you guys. Oh, here we go. We finally have the Oscars. I apologize for not getting to your guys's. Oh no, is it? Yeah, it is live. Why does it keep saying watch clip though? Okay, are we doing this?
It's doing the same thing to me. I keep having to
I've got it.
refresh.
I've got it on. Just a second. I gotta. If I don't get my headphones on here properly, then it's gonna shoot me. I guys that I'm not responding to your comments. I'm just trying to get that up, and then I'll be able to pay attention to connect to my AirPods. Yeah, it says I'm connected, but then it's not. Ariana. Well, she's seeing somewhere over the rainbow. Okay, this connecting. Are you hearing me?
I can hear you fine.
Okay, connecting. Okay,
It
I'm
is
gonna do
not let
do.
for
I'm gonna
some
have.
reason.
I'm gonna have to get my crap to get this to work. Oh, it's Cynthia. Jesus.
I still think that was a slap in the face. Personally, I think. Oh, you're frozen. Just so you know.
Oh,
You went frozen. You're kind of staticky right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but Jester Belly, but you're very staticky.
I can hear you a lot.
Anyway, folks, we're gonna have a good time tonight. I always love going on with Jester Bell when she does these live streams. They're always fun. This is what keeps me connected to the Oscars, because I wouldn't even care if you want to know what I think are the best pictures. My list is kind of controversial, but it's at my website, which you can see on my ID screen while Jestervel's doing the fixing her technical issues. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited to be on here. For those of you who don't know, oh, it looks like I am now the host of Jester Bell. I'm just letting you all know. Jester Bell will be back. She's just having some technical difficulties as she's setting up to watch the Oscars tonight. I'm also trying to get mine uploaded. For some reason, my laptop isn't cooperating with me. That's why you see me look away. It's not because I don't like your beautiful faces. It is just because for some reason, it is giving me trouble. All right, are you back?
Am I back?
Yeah, it sounds. You're still a little slow though.
Okay, I don't. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes. Your image is very glitchy though.
It says I'm reconnected. I'm sorry about this. Sorry about all the technical difficulty. Is it getting any better?
A little bit. It's like slowly getting better. Like you still look a little blurry. Oh, now you're robotic again. Thank you, Andrew Hernandez. I like my posters as well. I appreciate that. No, now you're gone again. You're completely frozen. We can't hear you now. Well, Jesterel figures that out. I'm curious, those of you in the chat, by the way, I love you, everyone on Jesterel's channel. Y'all are all fantastic. Thank y'all for tuning in. I always love coming on this channel and interacting with all of you. You all rock. So rip Jesterel. But oh, I see someone has Tubi as their screenshot. Tubi should hire me. I always shout out Tubi. I review their true crime movies in particular. I love Tubi. They're fantastic. What's my favorite Naruto character? That would be Kakashi. I actually have he's out of frame, but I actually have a wall scroll of Kakashi that's in my backdrop, but that's just so close right now. Gal Gadot will play Princess Katana. Talisa Soto approves of the casting. That would be really cool. I would watch that. All right, looks like Jester's trying to make a comeback.
Okay, guys, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yes, but you're glitchy.
Okay, I have no idea what has happened. If it's Hulu, I don't know if the Oscars are hacking me. Have you been able to hear Jacob? At least I can know I can refresh the page and it doesn't destroy the entire. Okay, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you and see you, but you're very glitchy.
Okay, no clue what is happening, and I have never had this problem before. Okay, we're
you're glitching again, very bad. And we lost her again. All right, Conan is up. Conan is probably my favorite of all the late night hosts. A lot of them have lost their mojo, but Conan. Jacob, have you seen the new season of Rising of the Shield Hero? I've not seen the new season. I loved season 1. In fact, I own it on Blu-ray. Season 2 I was not crazy about, but I thought season 3 they were kind of trying to return to form. The second season was done by a totally different animation studio, which is why I think that season didn't go as good. All right, folks, what I'm going to do is, because I'm actually having trouble getting my Hulu account to work as well, I'm mooching off one of my family members actually for their Hulu. So what I'm going to do is, if it keeps messing up, I'm just going to give up and I'll give you updates, and hopefully Jester Bell will be back to do it. Did you like the new Spider-Man show? No, I have not. In fact, I have intentionally put off watching the last 2 episodes. Spider-Man is my second favorite comic book hero after Batman. Bonjour from Louisiana. Oh, bonjour. My family is originally from Louisiana. We were New Orleans on my mom's side. We were New Orleans people. So I definitely have a soft spot for Louisiana. All right, Jester Bell's back.
Okay. Okay. I've moved my desk.
Okay. You're a little bit better.
So,
You're a little bit better, but still a little glitchy. But we can hear you.
Okay. I apologize for that, you guys. It's happening. I don't know if the Oscars stream, because I was fine until I started the Oscars.
Just so you know, there's a stranger in your room. Oh, and now you're gone again. It sounds totally glitchy and robotic. Top 5 favorite comic book heroes: Batman, Spider-Man, Nexus. I would have to go with Wonder Woman and Iron Man. By the way, the bottom 3 of my top 5 change a lot depending on the story arcs and stuff. So there you go. Because they used, when Sonic the Hedgehog was with Archie Comics, I would have made Sonic in my top 5, but IDW hasn't really done a good job with the Sonic comics, if I can be completely and utterly honest. So folks, Hulu's not working for me either, so I'm going to be watching the Oscars updates on their X accounts. So I'll be following along there. Hopefully won't be any surprises. What's your favorite Disney Channel Nickelodeon show, both animation and live action? Disney, definitely Even Stevens was my favorite live action. Animation, Darkwing Duck. Nickelodeon, probably Drake and Josh was my favorite live action, and animation was the original Doug, not when it went to Disney.
Oh, I'm up. I'm back. 100 people watching, and I'm glitching out back and forth. Okay, Jacob,
you're a lot better now.
Okay, I'm not going to try to turn on the Oscars again. I'm just going to take your word for it for now. So, guys, I apologize for that. I don't know. Just listen to Jacob. If I'm not, I really apologize for the night. I was disparaging Cynthia Erivo, and then I got just cut off. Jacob, keep talking because I don't want to be lost again. I moved my desk completely. So, hi guys. 17 minutes here.
You're glitchy again. Your face is completely frozen right now. I don't. I hope she's alive. Favorite Wonder Woman comic? Oh, that's a tough one. Let me think. I probably my favorite Wonder Woman comic is when there's a Batman Wonder Woman crossover where she takes Batman into like this fantasy realm to solve a murder. There's a murder in this fantasy world, and so she takes Batman to solve the murder. It's really good. I think it's called Wonder Woman Batman the Brave and the Bold. Let's see. I have not read George Perez's Wonder Woman comics. Pamela Anderson will win an Oscar for Best Actress. Possibly. That's so funny. I don't think of Pamela Anderson as that type of actress, but perhaps. Oh, okay. You're back.
Okay. Bright side is it's starting to refresh. It's starting to refresh better.
You sound a lot better, and you look a lot better now. It's a lot clearer.
Okay. I think I might just need to update it. Okay. We're here. I'm just gonna, if I have to refresh again, I'll refresh, and then Jake. That's how we are at. I'm gonna try to answer some of you guys. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties tonight. Take on found footage movies. What's your favorite one? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about thinking of one off of the top of my head for that one. Who's your favorite X-Men character? Obviously, Rogue. Okay, I think that we're okay. I think this is the longest I've been on. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. That's going to say disconnect. I don't know. It might be to update my browser, or it might be restream. I'm not having everything else is opening. It just seems like, okay, I'm going to try to turn on the Oscars again. Are
Let's
you guys
go.
ready? It's the curse of Amelia Perez. I'm going to try to move my computer separately from it. Okay. 1, 2.
Oh, and she went down again. You're gone again. It's got to be the Oscars because as soon as you turned it off, you started glitching again. Yeah. Could Jester watch the Oscars on her phone? I don't know. Apparently, if you can't watch it on laptop, I don't know how else you can watch it. Check Task Manager. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good advice. Emily Perez versus a Neil Breen movie. At least you can laugh at a Neil Breen movie. I mean, it's kind of the same. I don't know if you can laugh. I haven't seen Emil Perez, so I don't want to. I don't want to review it. But just from what I've seen, thoughts on what happened with Rob Liefeld? Yeah, I also thought it was kind of scummy because there were some comic book pros who were saying he didn't actually create Deadpool. That's not true.
Back.
So okay, you're back. You're back. Oh, and she's gone again. But yeah, that I think it was really scummy how they treated Rob Liefeld. Thoughts on shows getting revived again? Lizzie McGuire, Zoe 102, iCarly Revival, Wizard Beyond Waverly Place, Raven's Home, Phineas and Ferb, and so on. The only one that I think could be. Oh, you're back.
This is the worst night of my life.
I'm having the best night of my life.
Turn on the Oscars. I'm not turning on the Oscars again. Every time, literally powered off my computer. Every time I do that, it messes it up. Okay, we're not turning on the Oscars. Jacob, you're just gonna have to tell us what's happening, and I'll pay attention from Twitter and stuff like that.
Well, mine isn't working either. So I couldn't get my Hulu to work, my Hulu account to work on my laptop either. So I'm also following just on Twitter. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I hoped that we were going to watch that live, but every time I it complete, I was not having any problem. I think
Oh, error again. Error again. Justice for Jester Bell. Hashtag justice for Jester Bell. And she's good. All right. How many Oscars will Wicked take? Oh, that's a good question. With the Emilio Perez situation, they might pick up more of the Oscars that Amelia Perez were supposed to get. Every time you say she's back, it starts glitching. I am not doing any sort of thing to cause this. I promise. I promise. So, Oscars minus the Oscars. Well, I'm monitoring on the X account. So hopefully we'll know things at least. Jake, what can we do? Pray for Gesture Bell that she will rise again. But yeah, this is going to be a crazy Oscar night. Okay. So this question is for Jester Bell. But I'll still answer it. Have you seen the show on HBO Max called The Franchise? No, I have not.
I am never using Restream again. It's not the internet.
Oh, it's Restream messing up?
Yeah.
I see.
Okay, guys, talk to me quick. I don't know how many times I don't know how long I have with you now. So anything you want to talk to me about? Anything.
Oh,
Jacob's having the best
someone did ask me about revivals of those old Nickelodeon Disney shows. The only one I think should get a revival is Lizzie McGuire. She's the only character I think that could have continued on. In my opinion, all the other shows ended when they should have ended. That's my take on Disney and Nickelodeon revivals.
Okay, guys, ask me something really quick. I have 104 people.
Jester, do you have a VPN on? That could be causing some of the problems. Someone in the server or someone in the chat recommended. And she's gone again. Yes, I did like Expo 97. I thought the pros outweighed the cons of that show. That's my honest take on that. They were supposed to, Lizzie McGuire was supposed to get a reboot in 2020, but for some reason that Hulu was supposed to do it, but for some reason they wanted to make it very, very dark, and Hilary Duff seemed to be on board with it being dark, but Disney didn't want it to be dark. The Disney wanted it to be kind of like a sitcom-ish. Phil of the Future should come back. Yes, I loved Phil of the Future. Watched it all the time. Not surprised if Zoe Saldana wins the Oscars. I totally agree. Madame Rouge posing as Harley Quinn trying to kill Batman. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Hi, Jacob.
Hello. Welcome to my live show.
I'm glad to be here, Jacob. I'm glad to be on your live show. I'm going to switch this. Why does it have me as number 2? I should be number 1. Do you think Cyclops is misunderstood in media adaptations? He absolutely is normally. Now, that's one thing. You guys know I have my problems with X-Men 97, but I will always defend Cyclops in X-Men 97. I think that it did a great job rehabilitating his character. I think that he's actually very misused in comics over the years, ever since they did the whole thing with Madeline Pryor and him leaving his wife for Jean Grey, which was actually an editorial mess up. Yeah, I think that I don't even think that the original animated series did him well.
And just to add on to that, I agree. I think that the when I was growing up, the coolest interpretation of Cyclops was X-Men Evolution. That was
that
the
one's
best.
a great one.
Yeah, because even as much as I know you disagree with me on this, but even me liking Wolverine and the X-Men, he got relegated back to sort of that loser thing they put on him. To me, he hasn't been the same since Avengers versus X-Men, where he actually got possessed by the Phoenix. To me, that's when he was. When I noticed that Marvel Comics started misusing him.
I'm just nervous that I'm going to disappear again. So since we're here on the Oscars, so Jimmy Kimmel opened up the Oscars and said, "Carla, if you tweet about the Oscars tonight, my name is Jimmy Kimmel." I really hate
Was that a joke?
what they're. I guess it was a joke, but I really hate what Hollywood has done recently is they take controversies in Hollywood and they try to turn them into jokes. Like right now, Ryan Reynolds is under a lot of fire for what he and Blake Lively did to Justin Baldoni. And Justin Baldoni kind of nuked them with evidence. He released a website with all of the correspondence with them proving his side of the story, or at least I think that he proved his side of the story. And so their response was, it wasn't the Golden Globes. It was a recent event. I think it was maybe the Critics' Choice Awards. Or no, it was the Saturday Night Live thing. They were just kind of making light jokes about it. Like, anything new happened recently, Ryan, to Ryan Reynolds? And it's like, he accused somebody falsely of sexual harassment and then got proven wrong. And then they kind of just treat it as a joke in the end. And I hate that they keep doing that. Like Hollywood takes their scandals and tries to keep it as a lighthearted joke.
Yeah, I don't like that either. It's like they want you to laugh about it so you'll forget about it.
Yeah. Or so you'll still like them. Like, that's a big problem with celebrities. That's a big problem. Here's another one. Honora uses the F word this is from Conan O'Brien. Honora uses the F word 479 times. That's more than the record set by Carla Sofia Gascon's publicist. And Carla Sofia Gascon is there in the crowd right now, just snickering at this. And I'm like, Emilia Perez was a very uniting movie in that everyone had a reason to hate it. And so it's just crazy how they're just making all these scandals into jokes. And I don't agree with like canceling people, but you should take things somewhat seriously, like the Ryan Reynolds thing. I don't know. It's just awful. I guess I'm not missing Conan O'Brien. This is better because I don't have to put up with this awful humor at the Oscars. Jacob, I've stayed on, I think, for maybe 5 minutes now.
Don't jinx it.
I won't. I updated my browser, so maybe that helped. I'm hoping. I hope you guys enjoyed the first 20 minutes with Jacob, though. Subscribe to Studio Jake if you want more of his takes. 101 people watching now. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I hope that I don't want to jinx it, so I won't say anything, but thank you guys for bearing with me. Let me just read through some of your people are talking about Jean and Wolverine. So once again, I apologize. I wasn't seeing your comments. I was trying to fix things up, but Duper Super says still regularly watch Evolution, Wolverine and X-Men. He felt obsessive and 90% of his lines were Jean. I agree. By the way, I do have some insight as to where the negative characterizations of Cyclops come from. I'm reading through Mutant Massacre right now, which is an X-Men event in the comics, and I'm reading through X Factor, and that was kind of when Louise Simonson took over writing for Cyclops, and the whole story of the falling out of Madeline Pryor and Jean Grey coming back happened, and the editorial mess up there, and that's when Cyclops started to be mischaracterized because he was originally sort of the Boy Scout of the team, and he became, after Louise Simonson took over, he became sort of that angry, impulsive character who's sort of stiff, yet he's very, his personality is like stiff at base, but then he's very prone to like angry blowups and stuff. And I think that they used a version of that for the original X-Men cast. There's a lot of X-Men cast that's based off of X Factor, like the Horsemen of Apocalypse stuff. And I think that that's kind of just how it just spinned out from there, where that characterization got put in such a famous show, and then that led to some of the characterization in the movies. And so, yeah, I think that's what happened with Cyclops.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's been a while since I've read Mutant Massacre.
Oh, I'm reading. I've got the omnibus actually. I'm about halfway through it. It is a slog though. Not a slog in a bad way. Like when you read the Mutant Massacre part, it's really exciting. But then after that, the way the book is structured is you read 4 issues of X Factor, which in my opinion isn't that as good, and then you read 4 issues of like the Chris Claremont X-Men stuff, and that's really good. But it's just a lot to get through, and it's a lot of dense stuff. Like there's some Thor issues that are intertwined with it, so it's a lot of characters and a lot of stuff at once. So it's really rewarding to read it. And what I think is that they need to start like having omnibuses of this stuff in like libraries so more people can access and read this stuff. But it's really daunting. And I don't know, like around here, like you get a book for like 3 weeks from a library, or not 3 weeks, but some weeks. I'm like, it's going to take you like a couple months to read one of these omnibuses.
Yeah, it's true. I was thinking about that because I have Batman Archives Volume 1, which is Batman's earliest tale but even before DC Comics was a thing. And it is thick. I read the whole thing. I loved it. I love Proto Batman, but it's kind of, it's still like, it took me a long time to read. I mean, it was thick. And so I wonder like some of those, because I also have the complete Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. That one is huge. It's kind of I'm not going to say it's not fun to get through, but it's just a lot to get through.
Yeah, I want to read this comment from Oscar Danny. I love 99% of the comments aren't even about the Oscars or about comics. So anyways, what are your thoughts on the Absolute universe of DC? I read the first issue of Absolute Batman and I thought it was great, but I'm kind of in a habit with how I read Batman comics where I like to read them in trade. So I'm waiting right now for that to come out in trade paperback before I read the whole thing and give a full assessment. And I want to read Absolute Wonder Woman. I've heard good things about it. I think that the Ultimate and Absolute universes are really saving comics right now. But yeah, that's my initial thoughts. I thought that Scott Snyder and really did a good job with that first issue of Absolute. Jacob, what are your thoughts on Absolute universe right now?
I actually haven't read it yet. I'm waiting for the trade as well.
Well, I'll just say it's an interesting take on Batman in that he lost in this. I don't think this is total spoilers, but he lost only one of his parents in this universe, and he's not from a rich family. He's just from a family on the street. And he grew up with people who eventually, we iconically know as Batman villains were actually people he grew up with as a kid. And so it's like this really interesting take on Batman that we haven't seen before. And so, yeah, I just thought it was a really interesting start. But like you are, I'm trade waiting for it right now. I want to read Wonder Woman because Kelly Thompson, in my opinion, she does have her skill as a writer. She wrote the Rogue and Gambit series that was really good, and so I've heard good things about Absolute Wonder Woman. I'm not off.
No, you're good. I saw there was a question for me. Do you mind if I answer? I'll keep it brief. So it's Damian Lopez asked, Jake, what are your thoughts on Ultimate Spider-Man? If you mean the new one, I think it's off to a great start. I'm a little behind, but what I've read so far, I've really enjoyed. It's way better than the Ultimate Universe from the 2000s. That one had a great start and then it just crashed. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this one.
Okay, I just want to tell you guys, I'm looking at my feed right now on Twitter for the Oscars. No one is talking about the Oscars right now. Absolutely no one. And it doesn't seem, and we're here talking about comics. Warrior, somebody in the comments, Warrior Woman 91. What did I miss? Well, Kelly, I don't know how I know your name, but I actually was having difficulties for about 20 minutes of this live stream, and I was coming on and off. So Jacob took over, and Jacob literally saved the stream because most people stayed on for Jacob. So thank you so much, Jacob.
That was my pleasure.
Okay. Hi, I'm Luke. Been watching your channel for a while and really enjoy your opinions on movies. Just realized it's been 5 years since Joker won 2 Oscars. Yes, and I was looking at my my Blu-ray collection the other day, and I was thinking, should I get rid of Joker? Because that is the first time that a sequel to a movie has made it so I never wanted to watch the first one ever again, and it just it just doesn't matter to me anymore. Okay, we are here. We are supposed to be talking about the Oscars here. Let me just check things out a little bit. What is happening with the Oscars? Okay, we have our first Oscar. Boy, it took them a while to announce anything. Kieran Culkin has won the Oscar for actor in a supporting role for A Real Pain. I didn't even know he was nominated.
Me neither.
Well, I think that that's the best thing that we could do on this stream when talking about the Oscars. I still got it on my feed to see about it, but it's just like, boy, I'm on it. I guess I just need to update my browser. It actually worked, but
is that Macaulay Culkin's brother, Kieran Culkin?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because I remember Brenda Song was asked about him at I believe the Golden Globes, and she was really excited that he got nominated. She's his sister-in-law.
I'm shocked and in awe that I'm still on here on this stream. I thought I was going to be off for the entire thing. Whew, I am so sorry, you guys. Once again, hey, Jester, have you read Magic's recent solo run? I have not yet. I started out reading, I just realized this mic covers my entire face. I started out reading Uncanny X-Men because I was really looking forward to that. And then Gail Simone's writing has just gotten so bad on it. None of the characters sound like themselves. The story, she seems more interested in writing her OCs than any of the characters you're actually there for. So, yeah, it's just, it's not, I love how this Oscar stream, we just talked about comics, but yeah, that Rogue the Savage Land book actually turned out a lot better than I expected. You remember I was raging against that book because of what I thought they were going to do, but actually Rogue has been well written in it. So that's what I'm paying attention to now. And I'm just kind of waiting and watching. I wish that Kelly Thompson would come back and do the main X-Men book because she actually knows how to write those characters. She actually has written good X-Men stuff before. But Gail Simone is just terrible on the book right now. And you asked me if I'd read Magic Solo. No, I haven't yet. But yeah, I think that the ultimate and absolute universes are where you're more guaranteed to get quality from comics these days. Let me see. Let me see here. I'm going to take a little break and check out what is happening at the Oscars. Has anybody else been? It is a crime, by the way, that Margaret Qualley has not been nominated for anything. Okay, Deadpool is crashing the Oscars. I don't see him anywhere. Okay, Conan O'Brien is doing a dance, and there's a sandworm that's talking with a bow tie. I don't see Deadpool. Oh, there's Deadpool. Well, I guess you got to do something to get people to watch.
I wonder if there's going to be another slap.
So since I think that the problem was my browser, so I might try to watch it on my iPad in just a second. But I might try my iPad in just a second. I have to see. We got the lucky thing about me going away for the first 20 minutes is that this is a 3-hour show, guys. We got to be in it to the end. Let me see. And once again, let me see. Someone says, Jester, you have more patience watching this train wreck than I do. Okay. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to watch the Oscars on here again. Wish me luck. I don't think it was this. I think I just needed to update my browser. You have a question for you, Jacob, from Damian Lopez.
All right, Jake, what are your thoughts on Ghost Rider, and would you play a Ghost Rider horror game? I am not a horror video game fan, and but I might make an exception for Ghost Rider. To me, he's one of the most underrated Marvel characters, especially these days. He was real big. He made guest appearances in the 90s, The Incredible Hulk, which was one of his best appearances, even better than the movies, in my opinion. But yeah, I would probably play a Ghost Rider horror game.
Some people are saying that they actually like Conan's what's happening with him.
Well, he is the funniest of the late show hosts, to be objective about it. He actually can make jokes.
I just got text. I just got text from Kelly saying move your mic lower. I think that was 5 minutes ago, but I think it's fine. Am I coming
Kelly
through
doesn't
okay, you
know our
guys?
life.
Yeah,
Kelly
she
doesn't
doesn't
know our
know.
life.
Okay, am I sounding good on here, you guys?
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
You're coming through great for me.
Okay, I'm gonna try turning on the Oscars, and you might not see me again afterwards, but here we go. I'm gonna just have the sound off to start. Okay, it's on a commercial. Okay, I need to see if Conan O'Brien is as funny as people are saying, because that was part of it. Needing to see if the Oscars were actually going to do anything good. Some question for me: do you think, from Rampaging Rhino, do you think Amelia Perez will win? And have you seen all the Best Picture nominations? I don't think Amelia Perez will win. I think that Zoe Saldana is going to win Best Supporting Actress for sure, because that's been the pattern. I think that they got buyer's remorse from nominating that movie so much, and it was bringing them a lot of hate. And so I think that they nuked it. I think that they used that Carla Sofia Gascon thing in order to nuke the movie so that they wouldn't have to give it awards anymore. I think that somehow they still promised something to Zoe Saldana, and they thought it was okay to nominate her, and so that's how that went. And so I think that I don't think that Amelia Perez is going to win anything other than Best Supporting Actor and maybe Best International Film. Okay, it's back. They're just let me see if I can get this on my smaller headphone.
Are you guys still hearing me okay?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just still nervous that I'm going to do something to blow it up, but I think that the problem was the browser and how that the update was affecting it. So I don't think it's the live stream. Okay.
If you say so.
If you say so. Okay, guys, it's on. 40 minutes in, I'm finally actually watching the Oscars and not just running off of who we got? We've got Goldie Hawn and Andrew Garfield on the stage. 137 people watching. Thank you so much for being here. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're presenting for right now. Let me see. Do you think Conan is going to make a get slapped for making a joke? No, I think that whole thing with Will Smith was staged, and I think it backfired. And I think that we were just watching the results where they had to play along with people thinking that was real.
I agree. I think that.
Silverback says, heard that Superman 2025 has had negative test screenings and needs reshoots. Not sure where the news is coming from. And if it's just a case of bad publicity, do you think the reports are genuine? I think that what's happening is they didn't say that it was negative test screenings. They just said that it was like middling. It wasn't as great as they wanted it to be. And I think that Warner Brothers has just very, very high expectations for this film. To be honest, with James Gunn's track record, I think that it would probably be something like it's an entertaining film, but maybe it's not blowing it out of the park. Because he actually doesn't have a lot of those. James Gunn plays really well to his niche. And the first Guardians was the only film that actually broke him out and blew it out of the park. So I think that that's reasonable that the Superman movie is just fine, and that maybe that's making WB nervous because they want it to do a lot more than that. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
I think they shouldn't have changed the name. I think they should have kept it Superman Legacy to separate it from the Christopher Reeves, because that was the problem with Superman Returns. It was billed as a sequel to Superman 2 because they were skipping 3. and so then it bought instant comparison. And then the problem with Man of Steel was it was written like an angsty teenager. And then, so now that you have Superman, now you automatically going to compare it to Christopher Reeve's Superman, no matter what you do. So they should have kept it Superman Legacy or changed the name to something else.
Okay, I don't mean to interrupt, Jacob, but they're doing Best Animated Feature right now.
All right.
So they're just going through.
My prediction is Wild Robot.
My prediction is Wild Robot as well. Okay, so they're just showing some clips from the movies right now. I wanted to watch Flow. It was only playing at my theater once, and I didn't get a chance to see it, though. If Inside Out 2 wins, I'll be very, very surprised.
Me too, but it's actually a good movie. I did watch it.
Yeah. It's good, but I think that Wild Robot is the one that's Oscar-worthy.
Yeah, all the woke people were distracted by Wish, and so Pixar actually got to make Inside Out 2 the way they wanted to.
Yeah. I'm just here for some Jezebel Amelia Perez roast rant. Oscar goes to Flow.
What?
Flow?
That really surprises me.
What? I haven't seen Flow, so I can't say it doesn't deserve it. That shocks me. I was so sure that Wild Robot was going to win.
Someone asked, is Transformer 1 nominated? Why isn't it nominated? No, it was not nominated, and it should not have been. Animation was fantastic. The story was mid. I did see Transformers 1. And the casting was awful.
As a person who doesn't know anything about Transformers, I thought it was good. I didn't watch it again because I thought, oh, well, maybe Transformers just isn't my thing. But I'm so surprised.
Yeah, me too. I honestly thought Wild Robot was going to win.
I thought that was the shoo-in. I thought that was going to be the one movie that, like, my thoughts on it was going to add up. I mean, at least Inside Out 2 didn't win. And the only reason I say that, not that I like the film, it's just that sometimes I feel in the past Disney has won because of obligation and because they pay for it rather than they deserve it. Flow is, I think it's a foreign film. I just know it has a cat in it. I didn't get a chance to watch it. That is a movie I am intending on watching, but I just haven't been able to.
I don't what drives me crazy about the best animated pictures is usually they're actually anime films. That not this past year. I don't think there was an anime film that should have gotten nominated for best animation, but usually it's an anime movie and they never get nominated. It drives me bonkers.
Somebody says, oh, Flow, I know that movie. It's about a cat and it's surprisingly good. The movie has no dialogue. Okay, yeah, I do intend to watch it. I was just a little surprised because I thought all signs pointed to Wild Robot. And now I think they're just doing best animated short. So thank you guys. I think that I can confidently say that I'm not going to have any more technical issues for this stream. So thank you on the almost 140 people who are watching and who have stayed on. Once again, as always, if you want to make any sort of donation to the channel via super chat, that would also, they'll really help out the channel as well. And that make sure that I see it, because when it's on the super chat, I start and make sure that we answer. Make sure that your topic will be answered. And so, yeah, they just did best animated short. Really for me, it's like just the best actors and the best picture and best director. I guess screenplay as well. That's more what I'm really interested in. I haven't seen any of these shorts. What was I going to say? Jacob, I ran out of my train of thought, but I just wanted to say that I'm back and I apologize for the oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. I apologize for the technical difficulties. What I was going to say is thank you guys all for getting my Miss Marvel video to over 90,000 views now. I was really shocked and happy. I did not think anyone was going to watch that video, but there was a surprising amount of interest in it. And I think that my comic book videos have really done well. Like the Mary Jane Watson one did really well. So I want to continue. Like I've got the Rogue video coming up called X-Men 97 Ruined Rogue. It's very complex. The video might be an hour long, which is more screen time than the character even had in that show. So it's going to be very interesting. And after that, I think I am going to do an expose on the character of Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers. and I've done some research into what that expose will be, the truth behind her, and the history of that character and what went wrong with her. And so that is going to be my project after that, alongside the Age of Ultron video, which I will finally get out, which Jacob will not like because I know that we disagree on Age of Ultron. But anyway, just wanted to give people that update. Thank you so much for watching the Miss Marvel video.
And I'm going to do a reaction video to her Age of Ultron video. No, I'm just kidding. Just so you know, I did disagree with you because I did my own video on Gwen Stacy, because I know you did one on Mary Jane. I did one on Gwen Stacy, and I did call out some mistakes I think you made in your Mary Jane video about Gwen Stacy.
Okay, I didn't see that. You need to send it to me. Okay, in my defense, I have read the early like Stan Lee Spider-Man, Steve Ditko, the later Jerry Conway Spider-Man, but it has been a while. And so I was really doing that Mary Jane video off the cuff. And so if I got some facts wrong about Gwen Stacy, I apologize. I want to do better about getting my facts straight. But that is my defense, as Jacob is about to roast me.
But well, I just basically said because you said she was the atypical comic book girlfriend, and that's not true. She, in my opinion, because one of the things that was interesting about her was she hates Spider-Man but loves Peter Parker. She doesn't know they're one and the same, and that's what made her interesting, because she blamed Spider-Man for the death of her father. And that's why her character was very interesting, because Peter would try to defend Spider-Man and she would get really angry at him. So that's why I liked that dynamic of it. It's kind of like, because unlike Bruce Wayne, when one of his girlfriends doesn't like Batman, he doesn't care. To him, that just means he's doing a good job. But Peter actually takes a little bit of pride in being Spider-Man. So that's why that was something that I mentioned, is I don't think she's the atypical comic book girlfriend for the hero.
Yes. I see what you're saying here. I apologize for disparaging Gwen Stacy. What I was trying to get at here is
I honestly didn't care. I just brought it up in the video.
Yeah. Well, what I was trying to get at in my video is that there's been a lot of hate directed at Mary Jane recently because of how she's been depicted, particularly in the comics. And in my opinion, that's intentional. And they're showing a lot of love for Gwen Stacy, which I think is more because of she got a very good depiction in movies in the Amazing Spider-Man universe. And I was just trying to set the record straight on, who's better for Peter Parker, that whole argument there. I think
Stan Lee always said Gwen Stacy. Stan Lee always said it was Gwen Stacy.
That's true,
but he did kill her off, so I don't know.
I'm just taking up for Mary Jane here. That's all I'm trying to do. There was a question that was really interesting that I wanted to ask, or wanted to answer.
Somebody apparently there's a spammer in the chat. Just some people are saying it's Oscars Awards Live now, ESPN3HD.com.
Oh, I only saw him once, so I didn't think. I'll go see what I can do about that. But okay. Somebody asked me in the comments, why do I hate Magneto? I do not hate Magneto. That is okay. So people see my community posts about me being like happy that I killed Magneto several times on Marvel Rivals. So let me just set the record straight. I don't hate Magneto when he's actually portrayed in character. What set me off is the X-Men 97 version, because Beau DeMayo, he loves Magneto. He used that as his self-insert character. He's made no secret of that on, if you watch his, well, I blocked him because I couldn't stand his Twitter anymore. But basically, I talk about this in my Rogue video. I'm not a fan of that kind of slimy, smirking, groomer version of Magneto from the show. And but the show kind of glazes Magneto, and it kind of that's a theme consistently throughout the entire show. Magneto was right, and I don't agree with that. And I think that Magneto is actually portrayed really creepy in the show, which I'm going to talk about. However, what happened after that is Beau DeMayo started the whole Magneto is right thing, and that has started this whole thing on Reddit where they idolize Magneto and talk about how he was right about everything. And in my opinion, it's completely ignoring all the bad things that he's done, all the bad things he did in the show. And that's what frustrates me so about because I'm like, after, the unintentionally, I guess, creepy implications of X-Men 97, like, why are we worshiping this character so hard right now? So my problem, like, I'm reading through the 80s X-Men, and Magneto is a very interesting character there. He's completely different than he was in X-Men 97, apart from some of the dialogue that was taken. So it's not that I dislike his character. I like him when he's portrayed in character. It's just that this sort of Magneto worship that he's gotten lately is what I really don't like. And this, so Magneto is right thing. So I know that I've just kind of come up on community posts and just disparaged Magneto. So I just wanted to explain what the actual backstory of that is.
Oh, and we have another Oscar winner. Animated short film goes to In the Shadow of the Cypress, which I have not seen.
Yeah, I was just going to ignore the things that I haven't seen and I don't have any sort of knowledge of. I haven't seen any Yes, Austin Burke says on Twitter, "Wow, first smile Oscar surprise of the night. Flo had plenty of passion and precursors in his favor, but man, I wanted Wild Robot to win so bad." Yeah, I agree. That was a wild one. It's on another ad right here where I'm watching.
Okay. We've got. Well, you're right. The chat continues to be about comics.
I know no one, guys. Does anyone here care about the Oscars? Someone asked, "Do you think Magneto should be race swapped in the MCU?" No. Here's why. He's a Jewish man. That's a core to his character. And if you want to have Black characters, Asian characters, non-white characters in X-Men movies, there are so many characters that you could from comics that you could choose to get a spotlight to. Bishop, Mirage. I mean, she was in the New Mutants movie, but no one except Magic was done right there. Who are some others? Sunspot, who hasn't been really given a lot of sunlight, spotlight. So many characters that you could use from comics that you don't need a race swap the more popular characters. You need to give a spotlight to the ones who haven't gotten a lot of screen time yet.
True.
Okay. Who would win a fight, Carrie White or Magneto?
Who's Carrie White?
I think she's Carrie from the Steven Spielberg book.
Oh, you mean Stephen King?
Oh, why did I say Steven Spielberg? It's tiresome. Someone says, "Who cares about the Oscars?" People are just here to talk about comics.
Well, we'll still, I guess we could do that. We'll just, whenever something wins, we'll just say, "Hey, this thing won."
I guess it's back. Conan. I want to see Conan O'Brien from it and see if he's.
Comics is more interesting than Oscars. I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
Magneto versus Carrie Bradshaw. Is that what Six the Truth is saying? That'd be hilarious.
Carrie Bradshaw. Oh no. Okay, he's talking in Spanish now because there was a big controversy over Amelia Perez over how they butchered Spanish and some of the things that basically just everything about the culture was butchered. Some of the things that the director said about the Spanish language and Mexico and all of that stuff.
Andres Hernandez asks, "Hey Jacob, do you like Channing Tatum as Gambit?" I was underwhelmed. I know Jester Bell liked him less than I did, but I was underwhelmed by it. I was expecting more. I did like the costume though. They did a good job with his costume.
To explain myself a bit more, I wouldn't have had a problem with him. It's just when they did that was a parody version of Gambit because it was a Deadpool movie. But when he first came out, all the conversation online was saying he's the definitive version and you need to give him a movie. And I was like, but he's a joke version of the character. By the way, they're coming around. The internet is coming around to my opinion of him, but it's like, I'm fine with him if he's just like a parody version of the character, but like, he's not what you need a movie of right now. Okay, I think we're on costume designer now.
No one cares about that one. Not even the Oscars.
Why did Amelia Perez get a nomination for best costume design?
Yeah, they were just wearing clothes.
Yeah. Apparently, what happened behind the scenes with Amelia Perez is Netflix paid, got the guy who used to work for like Harvey Weinstein, who used to secure a lot of Oscars. They pushed it hard to get awards for it. And that's why it has 13 nominations. Even though anyone can see that the categories make no sense, like best song, the songs were some of the worst I've ever heard. The director of it has said that he hates musicals. Apparently, Amelia Perez was supposed to be a comedy originally, and then Carla Sofia Gascon wanted it to be a drama, like a serious drama. And that's why the film is so broken, where half the time it seems like it's a parody, and the other half it seems like it's a serious drama.
Interesting. I was not aware of that. That explains maybe some of the tonal differences people talk about when they criticize it.
Yeah, because that's like I was hearing like YMS, who I've completely lost all respect for that channel after he loved Emilia Perez. I'm like, how can I trust you with anything? But he was like, well, it's supposed to be campy. I'm like, the problem is that it would be take itself so seriously for like 20 minutes, and then it would burst out in this really goofy, ridiculous song. And it was it was like the kind of which is like, what is this supposed to be? What is this supposed to actually go? What is this going for?
Yeah, I definitely can see it. I've not seen it yet, so I don't want to review it without seeing it. But just from what I've heard of the scandals and all this, it makes that makes sense.
Somebody asked, what is your favorite production hell story? I guess, well, the one off the top, I actually think Iron Man is my favorite because it's just interesting to me how apparently they were, flying by the seat of their pants in that movie. They didn't know what was happening. Everybody behind the scenes thought that it was going to be a colossal failure because the production was such a disaster. And then it literally springboarded the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Jacob, what's your favorite production hell story?
It's got to be Blood Meridian. I haven't even read the book. I am a fan of that author, but just the fact that that movie still has not been made. Like at one point, James Franco was going to make it, even though he didn't have the rights to it, but he was working with the guy who had the rights. And that guy fired James Franco, and James Franco said, "Sue me, I'm going to make it anyway." And then that guy said, "Well, then I'm going to sue you if you try." And then James Franco got Me Too'd. So now it's back in production. I call it production limbo. But yeah, that's probably my favorite story. Is people keep saying it's unfilmable. I'm actually going to finally sit down and read it for the first time to see why people are saying that. But because a lot of Cormac McCarthy's stuff is very graphic and brutal, but a lot of his stuff has been made. No Country for Old Men, A Child of God, which that movie wasn't very good. The book was good, but the movie was awful. But that's how I feel about it.
Somebody said, let me see. Someone said, I can't stand YMS anymore. Yeah, I just like, usually I respect people. Like, if you have a different opinion on a film, fine. When I look at a reviewer, I just want to say, are you solid behind your reasoning? Do you have a strong stance on somebody? When you can listen to a review and you can tell that somebody just doesn't have very strong feelings on it either way, it's not very interesting to listen to. But if you like something like Emilia Perez, I'm like, well, I don't know why I would trust your taste on anything else unless you ironically liked it.
Yeah, same. And I've been known to be a contrarian in my reviews, but I at least think that I'm honest. I actually enjoyed Brave New World. I just thought it was dumb that they put Sam in a Hulk movie. That didn't make sense to me, but I actually didn't hate it. Like everyone was talking about how they hated it, blah, blah, blah. I didn't hate it. It was perfectly passable if you just wanted a popcorn film.
Well, I hated the movie. So I was like, and I was just so surprised about like how crestfallen my dad and my brother were after that. Like my dad was actually so hopeful he was like, let's give Doomsday a chance. Let's give Robert Downey Jr. a chance as Doom. And like that went away after Brave New World. That was some people like, that's an interesting movie because it has some people who say it's not that bad and other people who say it was their breaking point. Wicked has won best costume design. I guess.
Oh, okay. I could see that one actually.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. All good. I'm surprised Barbie didn't win costume design. I thought that was the one thing everybody could agree on.
I haven't seen it, so I'm sure you're correct going by the trailers.
Let me see. Marvel really hates the Hulk.
Clarification: they do not hate the Hulk. They hate that Universal won't give them the freaking solo film rights back. But it's because Universal has a Hulk ride at Universal Studios. If Disney would just let them keep that, then I think that Universal would let them have a Hulk movie.
Okay, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Let me get up. I do have my special chair here.
Oh, hey, I got the same chair.
Oh, awesome! But yours is blue. Mine's pink. Mine has a pillow on it.
Nice.
I'm already getting tired. Costume design goes to Wicked. I just want to know it's probably going to be Conclave as best picture, unless there's a surprise. What if they actually end up giving the best picture to Emilia Perez?
That would, after everything, that would shock me. They would look silly if
Yeah.
that was happening.
Let me see. Do you think Bucky should have been Captain America? Jacob, I'm going to ask you the $1 million question. Do you think Bucky should have been Captain America and not Sam Wilson?
Yes, their history should have been enough to make him Captain America.
So I had a reaction when I first saw Sam get the shield because I thought that there was a case. I thought that Bucky was more obvious because he was with Cap ever since the 40s, and he didn't have an identity. Like, he was Winter Soldier, but he couldn't be Winter Soldier anymore. What was he going to be? So I thought that Cap giving him the shield would have been like giving him a way to go forward with his life. But I thought that there was an argument to be made for Falcon because, like, the world would have seen like Bucky as this person who did all these assassinations even if they were against his will, and he has all that baggage. And so I thought that there was an argument for Sam, but then they blew that up by, in Brave New World, they said, okay, Bucky Barnes is a congressman now. And I'm like, okay, so the argument against him not taking the shield was that he has all this baggage as a super soldier. Now you're making him a congressman? And I don't even know why the character would like that, or how he's going to run for office. Be like, hey, I was back with Captain America in Howling Commandos. Oh, thank you for water.
Yeah, it didn't make sense. I thought that was kind of weird too, because.
But then, sorry to interrupt. I was just finishing
Oh,
my thought. But then you're gonna be like, oh, he actually assassinated JFK in this universe as well, and he's gonna be a congressman now. Like that. I mean, that is the universe. Somebody says Bucky could become Taskmaster. That would have been more interesting than what we got.
Very true. I also think that with Thunderbolts, they had an opportunity to introduce the actual Ghost and the actual Taskmaster, but they dropped the ball with that. Because the Taskmaster from Black Widow, and I'm not as hard on Black Widow as a lot of other people. I just thought it was a Disney movie. It wasn't an Avengers movie. It was a Disney movie. But the way they handled Black Widow and Taskmaster in that film was absolutely ridiculous. Black Widow should have been about the infamous mission that she and Hawkeye went on. That's what it should have been.
It should have been a prequel at that time of her life, and I would have found that very interesting. I don't understand why they chose to do it post Civil War, pre-Infinity War. That was really weird.
Yeah, the timing was really weird on that one. I'm curious because it seems like going forward, the movies might ignore some of the stuff in the shows. Like, for instance, they didn't even reference the secret invasion in Brave New World. Like, there was no, aliens were replacing us. And I guess because that previous president lost, right? But it's like they didn't even reference that. That was a big deal, especially when you find out Rhodey was one of the people captured. And I honestly don't think it was Rhodey. Rhodey was an alien since Civil War. For one thing, in Avengers Infinity War and Endgame, you see him bleed. His blood is red. It's not green. So that would be an inconsistency if that was the case.
Okay, it's on another break right now. We're 1 hour into this 3-hour show. Thank you all for being here. We've got around 140 people. Once again, I apologize for the problems at the beginning of the stream. But it all is worth it in the end. And we are talking about everything but the Oscars right now. So this is a very enjoyable stream. Jacob, I think I'm going to publicly ask you something here. Okay. I have just crossed 40,000 subscribers. Thank you all for doing that. I want to do a 40,000 subscriber stream. Jacob, I was wondering if we could talk behind the scenes and see like what your schedule is so that we can do. I mean, would you have any time later in the week to do it, or are you booked? Okay.
No, I think I'm pretty clear this week.
Okay, I want to do another 40,000. I want to do a 40,000 subscriber Q&A because it's fun just to talk about that stuff specifically. Because I just like talking about comics on here and all of the interesting stuff. Jacob, did you see the quote unquote leaked art of supposedly from Doomsday and Secret Wars that came out recently?
I did see that. I'm having trouble believing if it's real.
I think it is real. It came from somebody who's been a storyboard artist at Marvel from a very long time. That does, however,
no royalty.
It doesn't mean I think that they intentionally leaked it after all the bad press that Brave New World has gotten and all the people saying that MCU just needs to reboot. I think that they're trying to get people excited for Doomsday and Secret Wars. Concept art does not mean that it's actually going to make it to the actual movie itself.
Yeah, that's true, because there was some concept art that leaked for Avengers Endgame that seemed to show Annihilus in this movie, but that never came to fruition.
Quick, Damian Lopez just asked me, how many short films have you made? I've made 13, not counting my silly ones I used to make when I was a teenager. So thank you for the question. The concept art showed that Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk was going to be in the film. And I want to say, I know I think Jacob disagrees here. I like comic book She-Hulk, the original one that came out in like the 90s, 80s.
Oh, I don't disagree. I totally agree.
I didn't know if you liked her or not.
No, I like that original She-Hulk. I liked her when she was with the Fantastic Four too.
I think I would like them to revamp that character, but I think that they need to get a new actress. Even if Tatiana Maslany herself isn't the problem, she is completely tied up with what they did with her version in that show. And I think like that is a universally disliked show. Nobody likes She-Hulk. I think that it will be disastrous if she shows up even in a small capacity in that movie, even if they completely change her character from what it was in that show, which I do think that they will make changes. But I think that even just having that actor character pairing appear is going to be volatile because most people don't even recognize She-Hulk beyond that show. So yeah, that concept art showing her in the movie, and they're going to shoot very, very soon. They're shooting next month, I think. Actually, I keep hearing conflicting reports that it was supposed to shoot in March or April. I think that that's just going to be disastrous if she's in that movie.
Yeah, and I actually think Disney doesn't like her anymore because of the stuff she said during the SAG strike. I think that she probably burned that bridge. Tatiana Maslany, I think that she opened her big trap, and it's not a situation like with Rachel Zegler, where Zegler is still filming the movie, or the movie's pretty much almost done filming. So it's not like they can fire her and just reshoot with a totally new actress, right? But with She-Hulk, the season had ended. They weren't sure if they were going to renew it, and now they're even saying Daredevil Born Again is going to completely ignore it. So
yeah, I think that they really are abandoning that. It could be that they're planning on maybe even just recasting She-Hulk, or maybe they haven't even committed to her being in the film yet, but they just used Tatiana Maslany's likeness of the character for that concept art.
Well, don't forget that concept art might have been done before She-Hulk was officially canceled. I actually heard they fired all the writers from She-Hulk, so I don't think they're going to be.
They let it slip that there was actually a little bit of conflict behind the scenes with the kind of jokes, like they wanted to do the Kevin Feige joke, and he apparently didn't like that. And apparently she said she almost quit over him not liking that. So apparently there was some conflict with them behind the scenes. And it was a disastrous production where they were told that they were going to have enough money to do a show with that much CGI. And then they found out that they were getting their budget sliced and all that. So She-Hulk was a real big disaster.
Yeah, I heard that a lot of the budget from that and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium went to finishing Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I is what I had heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what someone had. I want to say a Disney insider leaked that. So, which explains why Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania's artwork is so terrible.
Yeah. So somebody says, I just need Amelia Perez and Honora to not win anything. Jacob, I didn't watch Honora beyond some clips. I did not want to watch a 2-hour movie about a stripper with not that you can't make good movies about any sort of topic or, you know, about behind the scenes of that. But what Honora sounds like to me is sort of the cynical version, or I guess maybe even the cynical, more realistic version of Pretty Woman. And I understand, I guess, what it was doing behind the scenes. It's kind of vague, but it's a little bit more about just this person who doesn't understand what real love is and doesn't understand it beyond the transactional. And that's what happens with the person that she spontaneously marries and then has to divorce. So I guess that's the whole theme of the movie, but it was very confusing to me. And Honora just won something. So that person's wish was not granted. What did it win? I think it won screenplay. Yeah, best original screenplay. So I get what the movie is doing, while a lot of other people did not. But it just is a little bit of an odd one for me for it to be an Oscars contender, because it seemed a little bit more like more of a darker, more realistic rom-com. Like I guess it's taking like rom-com elements to it and sort of subverting them, I guess. Anyway, it just seemed like a bit of an odd movie for the Oscars to nominate. They usually don't do that because it's a comedy for a lot of it. It's sort of a tragic comedy.
I'll be honest with you, Jester. I didn't even know what that movie was until you asked me to come on the stream, and I looked up what the nominees for various. So I didn't even know it existed until you asked me to come on.
Like I was like earlier in the year, I was wondering, wow, there's not a lot of buzz for what movies are going to be popular at the Oscars this year, and Nora was getting a lot of buzz, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like the kind of film that they usually nominate. I know that a lot of like film geeks love it. I'm not saying that it doesn't necessarily deserve it for like technicalities or stuff. There's a vocal minority who doesn't like the film, but it just doesn't seem like the typical film that the Oscars nominate.
You know, it's very interesting because you kind of saw that with David Fincher's last film, the one with Michael Fassbender. The title's escaping, where he's the hitman.
The Killers?
The Killers. That one, like, I loved it, but I'm a little biased because I really like David Fincher. He's one of my favorite directors. But you saw that. It's like most people liked it, but film geeks hated it. They were like, it's not actual Fincher. And I'm like, all his popular elements and tropes are in it. But that was, it's weird how some movies have that divide where it's like film geeks will love something, general audience will hate it, or vice versa.
Somebody said Conan O'Brien, apparently he just made a good joke. I love The Brutalist. I didn't want it to end. Luckily it didn't. That's the one that's 4 hours long.
Oh, okay.
Brutal. Do you like any non-Marvel and DC superhero stories? I would say The Incredibles, actually. That's Disney. That was heavily inspired by Marvel and DC. It was particularly inspired by Fantastic Four and X-Men. So much content is actually inspired by X-Men and just like X-Men ripoffs, and they don't do the mutant stuff as well.
I really like Nexus from Mike Baron. I really like the Rippaverse. I actually have the black and white version of their first horror comic, Blood Ruth. And I also really like Iconic Comics, which does Common America. If you're looking for more mainstream stuff, I bounce in between things. I used to be really big into Bloodshot, but I kind of got tired of the Valiant comics. They're not that good. I'm just going to be honest. Valiant comics aren't that good, but I did like Bloodshot for a while.
Conclave wins Best Adapted Screenplay at the Oscars. Jacob, have you seen Conclave?
I have seen Conclave.
Is it actually good?
No, it's super boring. The acting is good. I will say the actors perform very well, but the story is incredibly boring. There's like, I counted at one point, there's 4 scenes of grown men crying. Like, okay, let's just emasculate.
Oh, that's a good question, Jacob. I was talking to my sister about this, and she said that you would be a good person to ask about this, about men crying in fiction. Okay. And when it's appropriate and when it's not, because I have a script and I wrote, and a man cries at one point when somebody dies earlier in the script, and then it's a sort of a delayed reaction where it all comes back to him and then he cries. And I wondered, like, because we were watching some videos talking about like men and women mistakenly projecting how they would react on the opposite gender when it doesn't work. So I want to make sure I'm not projecting how I would react in this situation. Jacob, when is it appropriate for men to cry in a fictional setting?
When someone close to them dies, if they're watching a war movie, if they're at a war memorial, that's acceptable. If they have just lost everything, so like their house burns down and they lose all their belongings, that one, when you're told you're going to be served meatloaf, but it's actually vegan loaf, that is appropriate for a man to cry. In fact, it's appropriate for the man to call the police on the person serving the vegan loaf. So those would be my 5 answers.
And what's an example of when a man should not cry in fiction? When
they lose their job. That men shouldn't, in fiction, I'm not saying that men shouldn't actually do this in real life, but I'm just saying in fiction. Whenever I watch a movie where a man loses his job and he cries, I think he's a pansy right off the bat. And do you think Tobey Maguire cried too much? Yes.
Do you
Then
think Andrew Garfield cried too much?
no. Yeah. Let's see. I would say when they lose their job, shouldn't when they're reminiscing, that really aggravates me. Men don't cry when they reminisce.
I agree with that.
I'm speaking generally, obviously, but yeah, that's
I want
not.
us to maybe do a collaborator video on this.
I would
I
love
think
that.
I think it's really an interesting topic because, and I think it depends on the character as well. Like you can have people who are a lot more emotional and cry at
Oh,
the drop of
sure.
a hat.
You were just asking me my preference. Those would be my preferences.
Yeah. There is a lot of talk about like, and I'm wondering if maybe I should do more videos because I've done a lot of videos on portrayals of female characters in fiction. Wondering if I should do more on men in fiction. There is a huge debate over what is masculine versus emasculated, and one of those arguments I see coming about crying in films. And some people argue that if you have men cry more, then it's emasculating. And other people argue if you don't allow men to cry, then you're dehumanizing them. So it's a very interesting debate.
Oh, and by the way, Andres, I wasn't insulting Toby, but they did have him cry way too much in that movie. Oh, that's another one. Since we're talking about men shouldn't cry when the girl says no to their proposal. I suck it up, man. Go find another girlfriend. It's like, so there you go. So there's 3 that I see a lot. But yeah, no, I agree with you. There does seem to be a trend where they want to make men seem less threatening. And I understand that because there were some toxic tropes that were promoted in movies and films. But I do think going way the other direction is a bad one.
Yeah. Let me see. It's
Still talking about
it's
Conclave.
still on an ad right now. I just wanted to say, because we started off on kind of a crazy note, I didn't get to say all that I wanted to. Another thing that just made the Oscars, some people are saying, because I have it just here on like low sound. Somebody here says completely different vibe when the Oscars actually feel like a celebration of movies best broadcast in years. Yeah, I'm not saying anything cringe or anything. It's just that I'm not enthusiastic about the movies that they're talking about. I haven't seen anything cringe so far. At least Conan O'Brien seems like he's doing a lot better than Jimmy Kimmel, and that guy, I couldn't stand him. But one of the things that really, like, how can this be a celebration of film? If it's a broadcast, it is, but if you saw all of the anonymous Oscar ballots, it was people saying, "Oh, I didn't watch all of the films. Oh, I didn't like this one." One person said that they couldn't watch Dune Part 2. They didn't watch Dune Part 2 because they said it's just about killing people. They said they didn't want to watch Dune Part 2 because it was just about fighting and killing. And they said that Wicked was a bad movie because Cynthia Erivo was too old. And so it was like a bunch of stuff like that. People saying that they didn't watch the films, people saying that Amelia Perez should have won everything, just not saying that Wicked should have swept everything. Basically, I said this after I read all the anonymous ballots, is it's like the Academy members are people who hate films, it sounds like. They don't want to watch them. And you can tell that it's a bunch of actors because the most of the Academy voters are actors. So, it really breaks apart. Because I always had it under the impression that, I have my issues with the Oscars, but it's a bunch of snooty art, high-end art people trying to make judgments on these films. No, I'm realizing, no, it's a bunch of rich actors who don't care or understand art at all that make these judgments on these films. I can't remember I think it was somebody commenting on Wicked. He's like, oh, I can only imagine how many times it took the dance scene to film. And I'm like, it sounds like you're an actor and you don't understand any other technical categories. That's why acting tends to be going to the right people, except for Zoe Saldana. But, and then all the other categories are messed up. But anyway, that was just, I'm sorry. Somebody says that guy, I couldn't stand him. Yeah, that was one of the quotes from one of the anonymous ballots. I don't know if I'll do a video about that after this. But yeah, that was just crazy stuff that really just tore apart. Like, I'm like, how does anything deserving when anything, if these are the people behind the scenes who refuse to watch the films. And it sounded like 2-year-olds critiquing food that's put out before them is what it sounded like. It sounded like they had no understanding and they sounded ridiculous anyway. Jacob, any thoughts on that?
I haven't seen the anonymous ones, but I did have. I will. This is kind of connected. I had a friend who was a cinematographer who was a member of the Academy, and he could vote. And I always cracked up at some of his stories because he would literally vote for because it's anonymous, so he would literally vote for the one he knew wasn't going to win just to aggravate the pollsters because it's supposed to just be anonymous. We all agree this is the best picture. And he said, so I would like if I knew, I'm trying to think of an example, like the year, I think it was the year Hell or High Water was nominated. He actually thought Hell or High Water should have won. And so he voted for it. But of course, I can't remember the one that actually won that year. But I thought that was kind of funny that he said, I always just did it just to bug the pollsters because I knew they were all talking about, can you believe this one ballot? This guy voted for this one and it's the worst one on this list. So I always thought that was kind of funny.
Well, maybe I won't fall for it if it's all just a troll, but there were just a lot of ballots. Maybe it was done just to upset people. Like here's one on best cinematography. I was really disappointed Wicked wasn't nominated here. I read that one dance scene with the 360 spinning took them about a week to film, and they had to use all of these lights. It was awe-inspiring stuff. I voted for Emilia Perez since that wasn't here. I can see how difficult this musical must have been to shoot too. So that was one of the ballots. It sounds like it was written by a 5-year-old. Maybe it was just a troll job. I don't know.
If it takes you a week to film a spin, what are you even wasting your money on? I'm sorry, that doesn't impress me. That granted, I've never done film production. I've worked with documentary production. I've worked with podcast production, but which I know very lower budget. But that's ridiculous to me. Why did it take you a week to film a spin? Put it on the little cart, have the actress spin, and you take the camera the other direction. And you have one above. That's how you film that. That should not take you a week, a day at the most.
Sorry, I was distracted. I saw something weird.
Sorry for that rant. It just
okay.
aggravates me when I hear stuff like that.
It's makeup and hairstyling right now.
Okay.
Scarlett Johansson is on with a woman who looks like Betty Ross, but Betty Ross is not Betty Ross. Betty White. Not Betty Ross. That's the Hulk. Betty White. But Betty White is dead, so it can't be Betty White.
Okay, what do you think's going to win this one? Probably Wicked again, huh?
I think it's The Substance, actually, because of the crazy body horror that did. Why is Emilia Perez nominated?
They're unserious people. No, Andres, I will not ever cameo. Jester Bell actually fired me from.
You can come on. He's
I just live in Arizona.
He's a state away though, so I don't know if we can ever work something out.
I would love to cameo in one of Jester Bell's films. That would be awesome.
The Oscar goes to The Substance. Okay, that is a deserved one.
I haven't seen The Substance yet, but everyone who has seen it has told me I need to watch it.
Yeah, I think this might be more of your kind of film. It's very it's a body horror film. It's about aging. It's about a woman who takes a substance to try so that she can have a younger version of herself literally birth out of her and live her life as this younger version of herself. And they're both of the same body, but they kind of become two separate people, and they're kind of rivals. Like the younger version, hates the older version because she's old and she's disgusting to her, and then the older version hates the younger version because the younger version is everything that she actually wants to be. So they're like the same brain, but they become like two separate people, and so it becomes kind of this war between the two. You see, like they do things to sabotage each other in their own lives as they're both living. And it eventually becomes like, a cautionary tale about the obsession of staying young forever. And so a lot of body horror by the end of it. So it definitely deserved best makeup and hairstyling. It kind of went back to kind of the gory prosthetics that you might see back in the 80s.
Like with a John Carpenter film?
Yeah, like back when you had just prosthetics for horror movies. So it's really interesting. And it's another movie that I'm surprised that the Oscars are acknowledging, and why I think it's a big win for them to acknowledge a horror film on that level. But then they ruined everything with Emilia Perez.
Yes, I do live in Arizona right now. The heat is manageable, Andres. I hope I'm saying your name correctly.
Somebody says Snow White is only in 19 days. Wow, it's crazy. It
Wow.
feels like that movie has been coming out since forever.
Well, they delayed it like 3 times, didn't they?
I think I don't know. Well, they delayed it once briefly because Rachel Zegler threw a fit and had to go to the Oscars. Well, she didn't throw a fit, she was the one who caused that. It was only a brief delay though, and then the controversy happened, and then they delayed it like an entire year from its original release date.
Someone says, actually, speaking of Gambit earlier, and me mentioning The Crow, Brandon Lee would have possibly been a great Gambit. Honestly, I think Brandon Lee would have made a good Wolverine. I don't know if he would have made a
Well,
good
I'm looking
Gambit.
up what he looked like in the 90s. Brandon Lee, 90s. Maybe. Like I see him as I could see him like kind of having the sort of facial of 90s Gambit. I can kind of see that.
I saw The Crow, his version. I haven't seen the remake. Everyone told me to skip it, but I loved it. It's one of the best kind of superhero horror movies I've seen in a while, or I had seen at the time. It was really good.
There's a sort of celebration of James Bond happening right now at the Oscars.
That surprises me, like a lot.
They're going through all the
surprises
old
me.
Sean Connery movies right now and everything.
Dang, that really shocks me. Everyone throws up their hands at me because Timothy Dalton is my favorite Bond, and it's because he's the one who's most like how he is in the books. Because I've read the original Ian Fleming books, and as much as I like Connery more, even Lisenby and Brosnan, Dalton is just how he is like in the books.
Jacob, do you think that Amazon with this new deal is going to ruin James Bond?
Yes, I do.
You think
Especially since the Broccolis gave up.
Like I've watched some James Bond. I'm not like a super fan or anything. But I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig movies, but I know that people are unhappy with it. I'm wondering, do you think it's going to be worse than the way it was left with No Time to Die as a fan?
I haven't seen No Time to Die yet. But I know the spoiler for it, so that's probably why I haven't watched it. As I heard the spoiler right after it came out. But I actually don't mind the Daniel Craig movies. I hated Quantum of Solace, but that's the only one that I really disliked. However, I do think it was smart. Look, in hindsight, it was smart of them to kill off James Bond in No Time to Die, because now the Broccolis can say, hey, our James Bond went out in a blaze of glory. So this is a totally different Bond. So I think that was smart of them. But will Amazon ruin it, to answer your original question? Yeah, unless they do it like Reacher, because they're hit and miss. Like I like Reacher, I like Invincible, I liked that cop show that just came out that they did On Call, but I didn't like The Boys. I don't like Rings of Power. So they're real hit and miss with things. We'll just have to wait and see.
I want to say they're actually doing like a James Bond tribute on stage right now. They've got Margaret Qualley, who should have been nominated for Best Supporting Actress from The Substance, like doing a dance for the theme. I like this. I think this is good. I think it's honoring the history of those films, and like they said on Twitter, this is a celebration of film. If this doesn't solve the Amelia Perez situation, but this is good. This is good stuff right here.
I hope they honor Gene Hackman. I know there are a lot of conspiracy theories about his death, but I do hope they honor him.
Well, they usually do some sort of a memorial before they announce Best Picture.
Probably so.
Why do people somebody says cinema tweets, James Bond as we know him is dead. Oscars 2025.
I don't understand that comment. I think they just mean because he was made to be in Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. They were trying to make him more like the British Jason Bourne instead of trying to do a rebooted James Bond. That might be what, because I know that's a big criticism I've heard from like diehard Bond fans. Like I'm not a diehard. I'm a tryhard.
I don't mean to interrupt, but right now Doja Cat is on stage singing "Diamonds Are Forever."
Why didn't they get? Why didn't they should have gotten Paul McCartney to sing "Live and Let Die"? That would have
I
been better.
I don't. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. Do you want me to say what I'm about to say, ladies
Say
and
it.
gentlemen? I'm so tired of them taking these trashy rap singers and having them do their takes on these songs.
I
It's like
agree.
Doja Cat was in the Elvis movie doing a rendition of Hound Dog, and it was terrible. And so it's like this person normally doesn't have any class singing like Diamonds Are Forever. I don't know. I don't know if I just lost subscribers over that. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm just tired. Like, it's people like Megan Thee Stallion and Doja Cat who usually sing a lot of trashy music, and then they try to dress them up in something more classy, and it just doesn't seem right because of what their
Yeah.
brand usually is.
No,
Like,
you're preaching to the choir.
I think it was Megan Thee Stallion that like did her take on "We Don't Talk About Bruno" some years ago at the Oscars, and yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I know I probably lost some subscribers over that. I apologize.
Do you think Henry Cavill should be the next Bond? Yes, I
Yes.
do. Yeah, he earned it.
I usually don't like fan castings, but that's one that I just think is obvious.
I have a feeling though. Apparently the short list is him, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Tom Hardy. Some people are saying Tom Hiddleston, and there's a wild card which is Joseph Fiennes because they want Ralph Fiennes back as M, and Joseph Fiennes to play James Bond, so they kind of have like a brother dynamic going. But Joseph Fiennes, all those actors seem kind of old. I've actually heard Orlando Bloom because people seem to respect him more as an actor. Since Pirates movie came to an end. I don't know.
That he's kind of fallen backwards with his career. He hasn't done anything major in a long time. He was
He
a
did
part
The
of that.
Outpost, which was really good.
Why they're doing this really, they're still doing the Bond tribute, and I appreciate that for them. But some people are saying online this is a funeral for James Bond because that's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah. I can, well, yeah, because they killed him off, right? And then he went to Amazon.
Someone is hoping that they announce the new Bond at the end of this.
Oh, that would be interesting.
So they're kind of just going through Ray, I've never heard of this singer before. She is doing Skyfall right now. So I don't know how long.
Why didn't they get Adele? Adele sang it. Let Adele sing Skyfall. Idris Elba, wasn't he considered? Yes, but Idris Elba himself said he didn't want to do it. I saw the interview. No one can gaslight me on that. And also, he's Luther. I love Luther. I think that's one of Idris Elba's best roles.
Somebody says, is this a memoriam for Bond because of the Amazon deal? Yeah, this feels weird. Yeah. Like, is it an anniversary or something? Because I'm not saying that the production is bad or anything, but they're like doing this big thing about James Bond. It's like they're celebrating its death or something.
Has a James Bond ever won an Oscar?
I think he has one for songs, original songs.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to look that. I'm going to Google that real quick.
They're saying online that this Bond number is really random.
Yeah, it is. Okay. 6 Academy Awards. Best sound effects for Goldfinger. Best special visual effects for Thunderball.
Wow.
Original song for Skyfall. Okay.
I am so sorry to keep interrupting, but so
no,
they literally, so we took an ad break and then they spent an entire section on that James Bond tribute. And then now we're on another ad break. That was really weird. I'm not saying that it was bad or that I would rather some people are saying, hey, this is better than them glazing the actors or anything. But that was weird. Like, is that a funeral? Is that a funeral for Bond right there?
I think it is. I think so. I think that it's the end of an era. It's kind of interesting because all these actors want to be on a streaming service, but then when a streaming service buys something big, like Amazon buying MGM, which used to be one of the big 5 Hollywood studios, all of a sudden it's bad. It's really interesting. So I think it's a funeral.
I'm gonna just try resharing the stream again. We got 141 people watching. I just want to make sure I still get people, even if we messed up in the beginning there. And I cannot stop apologizing to you guys for this mess up that happened in the beginning of this stream.
Oh, it's no. It was great to me. I loved
Oh
it.
yeah, because you got to go solo on here. Let me just sit this. We've had no technical difficulties for the past hour and a half.
Skyfall is Craig's second best Bond, in my opinion. It's brilliantly directed and takes the franchise in a darker direction. Adele's voice is incredible. She should be singing at the Oscars. I agree. I actually, Skyfall is actually my favorite Craig film of the ones I have seen. But I agree with you. That one and Live and Let Die are probably my two favorite Bond songs.
Okay, somebody says that they think Amazon paid for that as a Bond promo. That's interesting.
Oh, could be.
We now have 152 people watching. Thank you, as always. Please join in the chat if you want to make sure that your question is answered. You can leave a super chat; really helps out the channel. Thank you all for staying with us for nearly 2 hours. I'm sorry for the glitches in the beginning, but we are here. Jacob was great. Thank you, Jacob, for holding down the fort. By the way, it could have completely ruined this stream if you weren't here.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
What is happening on screen? I think it's just an ad. I'm getting tired already. We've been for an hour and a half. We got an hour and a half left, I think. Unless this goes longer. Jacob, have you seen Andor at all? Because I just got an ad for that.
Just the first season.
The second season's coming.
Right.
I haven't watched it yet. I know I should. It was just really hard to get me to watch a show with Cassian Andor. A lot of people were saying that it's slow, and that is like the worst thing that something can be for me is slow and boring, even if like there's stuff to it once you get through it. But I will eventually sit down, probably before season 2 comes out, and watch it.
I actually enjoyed it because it was more like a thriller. So it was slow, but I would say it was a slow burn. I didn't think it was slow in the sense of it's slowly paced. But I get it. Cassian Andor, we know what happens to him because of Rogue One. But if you, in the original Gareth Edwards, he and Jyn Erso both survive, but they wanted it to be the sacrifice to be a little bit more meaningful. So that's, for some reason they fired Gareth Edwards. I would love to see the Edwards cut of that movie. But anyway, I think that you might enjoy it because they do make it more like a thriller. It shows how Andor gets recruited by the rebellion, and I found it very interesting. Thoughts on Dave Filoni? Traitor, backstabber. Those are my thoughts.
I think Dave Filoni, I think that Clone Wars has good elements on its own. I don't like to think of it as actual canon. I think that he's been elevated to a position that I don't think he deserves, and sort of this architect for Star Wars. And I think that if he's the one who takes over for Kathleen Kennedy, by the way, that article, she said she wasn't retiring, and that really disparaged the original report. She was really disparaging to who was it, Matt Baloney, who made the report about her leaving. She admitted that she's leaving in that article. She said she just changed the language. She said, I'm not retiring, I'm looking for a successor. We're planning it, and there will be an announcement in the next months to a year. And it's like, but that was what the original report said. You just changed the language of it to make it sound softer.
Well, I think I think they're mad because Puck scooped them. They were gonna do this big announcement, flowers, fireworks, all these accolades, showered all the editorials about how great she is, and then he scooped her. And so I think that's why she's staying to make him wrong, I think is what happened.
Yeah, I think that's I agree. I think that the narrative was out of their hands, and there was a lot of disparagement towards her, even from the media.
Yeah, that shocked me.
So
I was surprised.
Yeah, they were really running it. By the way, they just did an interesting Kill Bill tribute to the lead actor from there. So I like that I think that this is a better production than the Oscars usually are. It's just that the nominations are so bad, and I would be curious to see what the ratings for this are. Daryl Hannah, yeah, that's her name.
I'm not
Um,
a Quentin Tarantino fan. I think he's overrated.
what was I about to say? What were we talking
We
about,
were
Jacob?
talking
Because I
about
had something.
should Clone
Oh,
Wars
Kathleen
be
Kennedy. Yeah,
Star Wars Clone Wars be
the
canon?
I was talking about Kathleen Kennedy. I might do a video on this, but I think that the narrative was getting way out of their hands because the media was running with it, and they were talking about, they were very disparaging towards Kathleen Kennedy and what she's done. I think that that's not what they wanted. They wanted, and so the media was already speculating about, okay, who's going to take her place. Uh, Even some speculation it might be Kevin Feige, and she even went off against and threw shade at Kevin Feige in that puff piece. I think that that was entirely released because the narrative got away from them, and because when she says I'm leaving it when it's my decision, and that I'm always going to have influence over Star Wars, that could be as a written producer, that could be just in name only, that could be actual production credits, but it really seemed like she wanted to get ahead of the celebration that people were having over her leaving. So it was a very spite-filled article, one that was really fighting back with teeth. And I'm like, wow, people have really gotten to Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, it's. I think she is now. You can't hide how people feel about her. Like it's all over YouTube. If I know people don't like the rumor mill, the people who talk about rumors. Oh,
I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
hold that thought. Honora just won for best
Oh,
editing. So
interesting.
I'm sorry for the guy who did not want Honora to win anything.
Why
I don't
didn't Dune
know
win that?
why it
Dune should
did.
have won that.
I don't know why it did. I have no idea. Remember, editing is always the worst sort of category. It never goes to the film that deserves it. It always goes to the film with the most editing. I think Amelia Perez would have gotten it because the editing was so sporadic and bad in that movie, but then Amelia Perez got nuked, and so they just gave it to Honora instead.
Interesting.
Like, oh, I watched that film. I liked it. I'll give it to Honora.
Could be.
I'm sorry about that, Jacob. Will you finish your thought there about Kathleen
Oh yeah,
Kennedy?
it's impossible to hide it from the YouTubers who talk. I don't like her. I think that she has ruined Star Wars. Not her alone. I know a lot of people like to say if she just went away, Star Wars would be great. Well, no, it was going to be Disney-fied with or without her. But the book ultimately stops it with her because she's the head of it. And so I would like to see someone. Apparently, Tony Gilroy, who is doing Andor and recut Rogue One. Apparently, he's interested in the top spot. I wouldn't mind him. Apparently, Favreau was interested, but he's just accepted that he's never going to get it. I've actually heard that Gunn is trying to pinch him from Star Wars and wants to bring him over to DC, especially since the director of Flash got basically kicked out. Now he's interested in Favreau directing Brave and the Bold. That's a rumor. I don't know if that's true. By the way, I want to say. But,
We got best
what do we
supporting
get?
actress
What do
right
we
now.
get?
I think. Well, no. They're just
Okay.
getting to it. They're just about to announce it. So Zoe Saldana is going to win, and I'm going to be so mad if she doesn't win. I will be shocked beyond all belief.
Okay. I actually think she's going to win too. I agree with you. That's the consolation prize, right? We're going to not let it sweep, but we're going to give it to Zoe, like what you were saying.
Yeah, there must have been some sort of agreement made behind the scenes, and they did not break the agreement. We're going to give Zoe the Oscar because she's been complaining about her career a lot, that she hates that she only has starred in billion-dollar blockbusters and not more artistic films. And I think, no offense, but that is incredibly entitled things to say. Like, oh, I hate that I've just constantly starred in billion-dollar movies. That's just
and
ridiculous.
Also,
Like,
you take the job.
Yeah, and I mean, you can desire for something different in your career. Like Robert Downey Jr. really wanted an Oscar after Endgame. That's why he really campaigned for Oppenheimer, even to disparage the MCU just to get it. But it's like there's different ways. You don't have to be so public about it. Of I just hate that I've only starred in billion-dollar films constantly. I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. Someone says she was the only decent part of that horrendous movie. I completely disagree. Yes. That line, that was embarrassing. I lost complete respect for Zoe Saldana, not just from her performance, but the fact that she accepted that film. But I guess she's about to get an Oscar out of it. So that's one thing. I just think that, hearing her complain about how she's only done like blockbusters, I think that she worked something out behind the scenes to get an Oscar for this movie.
Anthony Hopkins.
Because Amelia Perez was like the thing that they were throwing everything behind initially.
Very true. I was also thinking that with Anthony Hopkins, it's like, did you give back all the money you made from being in the MCU films? Because otherwise, I don't want to hear you
Yeah.
complain about it.
Oh my gosh. This speech about Zoe Saldana.
Uh-oh. Did you win?
No, but they just gave her a speech about how she's fearless and she shows us to be what we can really be. And I'm like, you play that. I wish you saw Amelia Perez, Jacob, because that was an embarrassing performance.
Well, I was going to watch it if my video talking about the oh, okay,
oh, here it goes. Here it goes.
Let's hear it.
Ah, it went to Zoe Saldana. It went to Zoe Saldana.
Okay.
Oh
well,
my
we were
gosh.
right. We were right.
Oh my gosh, I knew it. I can't wait to hear this speech. This is going to be ridiculous. I knew it. There was no way.
Are you going to act out her speech for us?
Oh yes. I will repeat every word back to you. I can't believe this is the stupidest thing. Oh my gosh, the tears. You knew you were going to win because you guys had to deal with this.
Yeah, for sure.
She's thanking her mother.
Well, that's sweet.
I am floored by this honor. Thank
You're
you for recognizing the quiet heroism and empowering a woman like Rita. Talking about powerful women, my fellow nominees. She's talking too fast. She praises the director.
The racist director
that says he is forever beloved. Yeah, she said, thank you. Wait, I'm sorry, I have to hear this. I love how she thanked everyone except Carla.
Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic.
She threw Carla Sofia Gascon completely under the bus.
Oh, I remember that. I watched that interview. I couldn't believe it. That's great.
Oh my gosh. I just can't believe she's on here crying and saying that everything brave and courageous I've ever done in my life has led to this moment. I'm like, Jacob, if you saw Amelia Perez and that performance and what that movie is, this is ridiculous.
I believe it. I believe it totally.
Oh my gosh.
Who do you guys feel should have won?
She says, I think Margaret Qualley should have been nominated. She should have won. I would have taken Ariana Grande over this performance. Boy, are you kidding me? She thanks. Okay, so one of the biggest controversies around Amelia Perez was the Spanish language was very so inaccurate in the entire movie. The words weren't translated correctly. It sounded like they said it sounded like they used Google Translate to translate it to English and then to English to French and then back to English back to Spanish. So she's on there crying about how being like, my grandmother would be so proud that I was singing in Spanish in a film, and I'm like, do you even know the controversy over that movie? What people were saying? She thanked everyone except Carla Sofia Gascon, who Zoe Saldana completely threw under the bus because she still wanted the Oscar for herself. I don't know. It's just kind of sick to see her up there crying and spouting about it when I know she did not deserve this award. It was bought and paid for. It doesn't actually feel like she won it. Is my audio lagging?
It's not for me.
Okay, someone said it was lagging. Oh my gosh. I knew she was going to win, but that is ridiculous. That was such a silly performance in that film. You know it was bought and paid for.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I don't need to see it to know that.
Zoe Saldana was 100% category fraud, but easily the best here, even if you hate Perez. I mean, saying that Zoe Saldana was the best thing about Amelia Perez, I'm like, the best thing about Amelia Perez was the credits when it was done and I was free from it. Or just how hilarious it got at the end. Amelia Perez dies in a fiery car accident because of the drug cartel kidnapped him. That was the best part of the movie. I laughed. But Zoe Saldana, no. I don't understand. Like, saying that a person is the best part of one of the worst movies ever made isn't saying much. That's not an Oscar-winning performance. I don't think it was even a good performance.
In my humblest of opinions, I think that Toni Collette should have been nominated for juror number 2, and she should have won. That's my opinion.
She did give a very good performance. It was better than Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
I just think that's ridiculous. Like that movie, you know, to see her go up on there and just be crying and sobbing. I'm like, your reputation was absolutely destroyed for me after Amelia Perez, where I'm like, you are the one who accepted that role. And you did it because you were probably told you were going to get an Oscar out of it. But that was ridiculous. The El Mal song in that movie was, I couldn't find I couldn't find a clip to show you exactly how it comes, but it's like the movie is playing as a completely serious drama, and then out of nowhere, this ridiculous song with Zoe Saldana singing happens, and I was the most baffled I've ever been watching something in a long time. And it's like, you gave the best supporting actress to this performance? I can't believe that.
That movie should have been disqualified just for the trans song where she's in the hospital and they're all singing. That should have been. Yes.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah. That like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We got into like an hour and 10 minutes left. The Oscars, if one award to Amelia Perez is like,
do you think that's it? Or do you think it's going to win a couple more?
I was surprised it didn't win editing just because the editing was so bad. And I think that's kind of tends to be the ones that win best editing. Let me see. I think it might win best international, but we have to see.
Wait, how is it international? Because it was European made, right?
It was a French film. But distributed by Netflix. So it was made in France. It was actually literally all shot in France, even though it's set in Mexico, but then Netflix bought it as the distributor.
I always kind of chuckle because everyone is so aghast. I actually think European movies are garbage. Very rarely do I see one that I enjoy. British usually, but I always roll my eyes when people are like, oh, I wish American cinema was more like European. I'm always like, ugh. For one thing, cinema is American made. We invented the movies, or at least capitalized on it, and everything else is bad copy, in my opinion.
I cannot believe, like, everybody online is just saying, "Oh, what a wonderful speech from Zoe Saldana," and even people who are admitting they didn't watch the movie. I'm like, if you had seen that movie, and Zoe Saldana won for that, you would know this is rigged. There is absolutely nothing she did to win that award. Maybe people in the acting community were like, she's always wanted to win this, you know, apart from the blockbusters or something. They probably just negotiated for it behind the scenes. It is ridiculous. And how can you be up there crying about earning an award when it was bought and paid for? And I guess that's how the Oscars work. But I'm like, that's why I don't care about them anymore, is that everything is bought and paid for. Nothing means anything.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the last legit, and I'm not saying good movies hasn't won since then, but as far as like they legitimately cared about the art was probably 2012. I don't think there's been any legitimate Oscars since then.
Okay, Jacob, we have so much left to do. We just got done with actress in supporting role. We have sound, original song, documentary short film, documentary feature film, production design, visual effects, international feature film, live action short film, cinematography, original score, actor in leading role, directing, actress in leading role, and best picture.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, we're going to be here for a while. Thank you guys. Oh my goodness. I might need to get something for my nose. Sorry, I know you all wanted to know that, but Somebody says the Academy made a last-minute change to the in memoriam and added James Bond. So it's sound right now.
That's when Dune should win, for
I
sure.
think so, yeah, but they just have not been respecting the movie.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Man to woman, woman to man. Jacob, the Vangina, the Plasty song, or however you pronounce it, that song, I woke up in the middle of the night and it was in my head for days. That I caught myself like humming it because it's like stuck in your head for days.
That's hilarious. It's so true that with the Gen Z Boston and Minnie, those two are like the worst songs of 2024.
Yes, 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 yes.
And I know that I might be kind of old school here, but shouldn't like songs have rhymes in them?
Oh,
Because
that didn't have any rhymes. By the way, I just want to make sure you haven't seen any super chats go by because if somebody actually paid, I don't want to miss them.
I have not seen any super chats.
Okay.
Oh, someone asked, do you like Nosferatu? I haven't seen the remake, the most recent remake, but I do like that is actually a European film I like. I do like the original silent.
The content I know is in that film is like where I draw the line at what I'm going to watch. So I just decided not to. I'm not saying I'm sure it's a perfectly well-made film. People really like it, but that's just where I drew the line in terms of what I'm going to watch. So
Fair enough.
yeah. And I think that people might debate me on this, but like I skipped out on Deadpool and Wolverine watching in theaters. I've seen parts of it now, a lot of it, because now that it came out on digital, but I didn't want to watch it in theaters because I'm like, that humor isn't for me. I don't think that I'm going to be a good judge of the quality of that because I'm like, it's not going to be for me. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just not my type of thing. And so that's why I skipped out on that. And I think we have enough people on YouTube where they can stay with what they like and maybe are better critics towards that. It was Wicked. Wicked won production design. That's completely fair.
Okay, yeah. That I will say I haven't seen the movie yet, but from the trailers, it did look very well made.
Yeah, the production design was good. I think they kind of kneecapped themselves with because of the lighting of the film and the color grading on it. Color grading is ruining a lot of films. That ruined a lot of the look of it. And they just needed to cut out like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. They proved they justified it being half of the play and to have that be 2 hours, but then it went on even longer for like 2 hours and 40 minutes. And it's like it doesn't need that to be. There were so many
How long is the play?
The play is only 3 hours, which is why people were questioning like why you're splitting this into 2 parts. But I thought that it worked. I'm just like, there's so many scenes in this movie that go on for too long. And you can see that you could have cut easily 20 minutes. It didn't need to be like you were already pushing it by dividing it into 2 parts. And it's like you could have just had a 2-hour movie. It didn't need to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. I think that they would have made more money if it would have been shorter because it would have been like more watchable like that. Like I saw it once and I wanted to see it again. Saw it twice and it's like I don't need to see that again because it gets to be such a slog to get to the better moments of it.
That makes sense.
Mike Jagger is on stage. I think he's doing original sound.
Mick Jagger.
Oh, sorry. did we miss sound? Or did they just pass that by?
I don't know. I haven't seen it for it. I just saw.
Yeah, I didn't see sound. And I don't see it here on Twitter.
Yeah, me neither. Are they going to do it after Mick Jagger?
I think he's doing original song right now. Oh my goodness. If the Amelia Perez song wins original song, I will die on the stream right here and you will watch it happening.
But then I can take it over again.
Jacob, you're becoming like an antithesis. You're becoming a nemesis of this channel. Now you desire it for yourself.
That's funny.
I need some water.
Who's best original song? Why do they have best original song and best original score? That doesn't make sense to me. Just put them together.
I mean, like you might have a great individual song, but then not a great score and vice versa.
I think they should go ahead and hand in hand. That's just me to make this shorter, I guess.
I can't believe Amelia Perez is on this list. The song that's nominated is El Mal, and that is the most embarrassing, incoherent song in the entire thing. The only one that might have been worse was the Selena Gomez song because she couldn't speak Spanish and she sounded like she was speaking alien. And but this El Mal song, like that stood out in my head, like that was embarrassing.
Apparently, Amelia Perez has 2 nominees this year for Best Original Song.
So there's during the song, Zoe Saldana mimics some sex acts while she's singing the song, and they keep showing it. They keep showing it on my screen, and I'm like, why do you keep showing this on my screen? And this is the song that we're nominating.
I don't
Here
get
we
it.
go.
Correction, Andres. I'll be the Ben Riley Kyle Rayner to Jester Bell's Peter Parker Hal Jordan. LOL.
Okay, but I'm the real Spider-Man. Let's be real here. I'm like Bruce Wayne to Batman. Like you can't get rid of me. I'm Batman for a reason. Tell me you didn't tap your toes a little. No. No. I am legitimately scared right now that El Mal is going to win. That was the worst song in the entire movie, and it's nominated for an Oscar.
Oh, that's so funny.
I'm legitimately stressed out right now.
I out of these songs that are nominated, I didn't watch Sing Sing. I didn't watch the 688. So I'm like, why is I actually heard 6888 was a terrible movie. So I don't that's the one about the people sorting the mail during World War II. I mean, good for them for having a movie, I guess, but I actually heard it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was just a Netflix film. I didn't even have any desire to watch it. I wasn't hearing anything good about it. Let me see. 157 people watching. Thank you. Oh, I guess there's another Amelia Perez song that's not nominated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too.
There's 2 Selena Gomez songs. The other one that's nominated, if that one won, then I wouldn't be as angry because it didn't sound like nails, like stabbing nails into your ear. They should have the Vanginoplasty song be nominated. Like we're all humming it, we're all singing it. Like it's a regular We Don't Talk About Bruno.
Yeah, if you're gonna just go for it, just go all in. Just do it.
They're really going on with this with a presentation here. Like it's so nerve-wracking. I'm so scared that Amelia Perez is gonna win.
Maybe that's why they're dragging it out. They're like, maybe people will turn off for a minute or get up to the bathroom. Let's see. Elton John, Never Too Late, Elma, Mi Camino, Like a Bird, The Journey are the songs.
Somebody put, and the Oscar goes to Zoe Saldana is a picture of somebody slamming their face against a. I'm like, yes.
Sing Sing is top 3 movies of the year, in my opinion. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it. I'm sure I'll
The
check
Oscar
it out.
goes to
Here we go.
Jacob.
What?
Jacob.
Did they do it? Did they do it?
Yes, they did.
No, they
The Oscar went
didn't.
to Elmo.
No.
Oh my god.
Holy
This is
cow.
the worst moment in Oscars history.
Wow.
Oh my
Unbelievable.
gosh.
We are witnessing Jester Bell dying on screen live on this
I
live
can't
stream.
believe.
Holy cow. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Well, technically, that's another Zoe Saldana win, right? They're rewarding
Yes.
her.
Oh my gosh.
Holy cow. I can't believe she won over Elton John. That's unreal to me. Holy cow.
I can't. I wish you watched that movie, Jacob. Oh my gosh. I don't know if anybody could hear my hysterical laughter on screen. I turned into the Joker. Could you hear my laughing?
Oh yeah, we could hear it.
Oh my gosh. I didn't expect to literally go insane.
Oh, that's so
my
funny.
gosh.
Oh, they think Gascon in this one apparently.
They did? They think
Uh,
Gaston?
that's
It's not even Gascon anymore. It's Gaston. I think I need to be going into a straitjacket after that.
Holy cow. They're getting flamed on X though. People are making fun of them.
Somebody says this is Jester's one bad day.
Oh.
Somebody writes, oh no, it's Snarky J. Winning an Oscar for a song you wrote in Spanish while simultaneously claiming Spanish is the language of developing countries, poor people, and migrants, and then thanking the racist POS who sang it and shouldn't even be at the Oscars is wild. Emilia Perez is truly repulsive. I literally snapped.
Oh man,
I have no words. I'm going to do a video on my
crazy.
reaction tomorrow.
That is crazy. Holy cow.
Oh my, that's going to be the video tomorrow. I can't believe that. Oh, somebody took a screen cap of Carla Gascon and Selena Gomez that he's whispering, the bomb will set up in 45 minutes. Leave the venue in a few.
That's great.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's really funny. I can't. I am I'm stunned. But everyone's been saying forever how out of touch these people are. They just proved it. They just proved how out of touch the Academy is.
I need to just regain myself. I turned off the Oscar sound. I can't take it.
Oh my
I need a
gosh.
GIF for this man jumping out of window. Jacob, do you know the episode in Star Trek, the original series with the space hippies?
Yes, I know of that.
And it's like a really embarrassing episode. This feels like if that won an Oscar.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, man jumping out of building. I literally lost my mind.
Oh man, that's insane to me.
That did you at least watch that song?
Yes, I did watch that song.
Oh my gosh. And the way it comes out of nowhere in the film.
I heard the film comes out of nowhere in the film.
Yes, it does. That is
unbelievable.
Insane.
Unbelievable. Well, yeah, but again, that's Zoe Saldana. They gave the award to Zoe Saldana. That's exactly what happened. A few people didn't know Elton John was nominated. Yeah, he was nominated because he did an original song in a documentary.
It says Honora Wicked and Emilia Perez are currently leading the 2025 Oscars with 2 wins each. Oh my gosh.
Man.
Oh, it's back. Oh, yeah, it's back. We just love the Oscars here. I don't care what nice, fancy performances they put on tonight. That ruins it all.
Yeah, this is shocking to me.
You are going to hear it from me tomorrow if I get it out in time in that video.
That's so crazy. I can't believe it. I am shocked.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just making sure I didn't miss any super chats if there were any. Okay. Oh my gosh. My brain literally broke.
Man, I wonder.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I wonder if this spell, because like there's 3 movies leading right now. It makes me wonder what's going to. Now I'm kind of confused because I thought they were going to go all the way and let either Conclave or Emilia Perez win, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I don't care what people think about Conan O'Brien. At this point, hearing this in my ear, it's just like, shut up, everyone, shut up. Hey, Joe, you're stupid. You don't care about films. That's how I feel right now.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh, 189 people. Please rewind a little bit. You can see my absolute Joker level breakdown. Now this is how crazy Batman's made Gotham. Now this is how crazy the Oscars have made Jester Bill.
Oh man. I'm stunned. I'm legit shocked.
Oh, thank 189. It's just best documentary short film right now. I'm gonna turn the sound down. I don't want to hear any of y'all anymore. Don't want to hear it. Get out of my ears. I'm good. There. Took my headphones off. Took them off.
There's I've not heard of any of these best documentary shorts.
I was about to say I don't care, and I'm not saying that to you. I'm saying it to the.
Oh no, I know. I got you.
I'm at my. I didn't care this morning. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but we have to because the Oscars. And now I'm like, I really don't care now.
I've noticed that they're starting to use
done.
the document. Oh, go ahead.
I'm saying I'm done with y'all. Done.
Yeah.
Tony Stark made this in a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah, this is the death of the Oscars. If Emilia Perez wins any more awards, if it wins more than 2, it's the death of the Oscars. They are unserious people.
Can I use that in my thumbnail? They are unserious people.
Absolutely, yes. I'm going to have a rant tomorrow too about the Oscars after this. So
this is ridiculous.
We'll have to share each other's Oscars rant because we're both experiencing this together IRL.
I'm glad I have my chair here to catch me when I fall.
Someone
honestly
says break something. My soul is broken.
Yeah, my soul is broken. Drink my.
Oh man.
I don't care about any of your diamond encrusted wrists, your gowns, your makeup, your goodie bag that cost $200K that they were talking about earlier with resorts and all that stuff. This is just going to be me going off on the Oscars for the rest of this night and just roasting them. I honestly, in the back of my mind, I thought there's no way that they're going to have El Mal win after all that.
Well,
they did.
Well, you'll be happy to know Emilia Perez did not win Best Documentary Short. The only girl in the orchestra did.
I love how maybe it got nominated for everything: Best Animated Feature, Best Short Film.
Is it nominated for visual effects? I've got to find. That would be okay. No, it's not. That would have been hilarious.
It would have been absolutely hilarious when the car explodes at the end. Best visual effects.
Oh man, Better Man got nominated. That monkey looked totally CGI. What are they talking about?
It did get nominated.
Yeah, Better Man got nominated for best visual effects.
That's what kept me away from the film. I heard that it was good. I'm like, I actually have a thing against movies with monkeys. I barely accept Planet of the Apes. I just hate movies with monkeys.
Fair enough.
It's like a Better Man, a movie with a monkey. I'm like, it's creative, but
well, it's about some beta British singer. I don't care. Like,
well,
you know. It's like what? Who cares about this guy?
Apparently, he was a British singer who historically had trouble breaking into the States with his music. And I'm like, well, you're marketing this movie to the States. Like, why are we supposed to care?
Yeah. Like if it had done big in England and then it came over to the US, I could see it. But yeah, they were trying to market it to the US. It's like, yeah, we don't care. Does he play himself in it, or do they get an actor?
Yeah, he played himself, I think.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, it was not him. He just voiced the character. It was a stunt man. another actor who was the
I
motion
want to see
capture.
Amelia Perez in 3D. You know what I think? I think honestly I think that we should just scrap all movies. Movie theaters need to just play one film, Amelia Perez, on 24/7. I think that El Mal, that song, we need to play it in supermarkets. We need to play it in libraries. We need to play it everywhere in the
The
club. And all
airport.
that. Airport, yes, airport. I think that we need to sing that song in birthday parties. I think that oh my gosh, I can't even keep up the joke anymore.
Oh man, yeah, it's bad. It's pretty bad. The how that movie has won. In hindsight, I can kind of see how Zoe Saldana was going to win, just because, like you were saying, it's like it's almost owed to her. But I was not expecting it to win anymore after all the scandals. Best documentary just got called for No Other Land. Has not seen it. I really only watch true crime documentaries these days, so a lot of documentaries kind of go past me. Very rarely.
I think I just kind of lost my mind. My brain broke. Did they even listen to the song, or was it just Zoe Saldana?
I don't know. They still best sound still hasn't been called. I don't know why they don't do the technical ones at the beginning and then work their way up. That would make more sense.
I think they just sort of space them out because the technical awards people don't care about those as much, and they don't know the people on the stage. So I
Sure.
think they just spread them out to try to keep people watching for as long as possible. Because if
That
they
makes
did them all
sense.
at the beginning, then no one would watch the beginning.
That's a good point. Let's see. So now best original score should be coming.
My Oscars glitched out and it's still on best
Amelia Perez.
documentary. I'm gonna get out of it and get back into it.
Okay.
Why is it stuck on best documentary still? I think it's just glitching out. I'm gonna turn it off for a second. Turn it off. Turn it off.
I swear Gal Gadot was meant to present best documentary. Why would that have been hilarious? Am I missing something?
I'm sorry. What was that?
Someone in the chat says, "I swear Gal Gadot was meant to present best documentary." That would have been
I don't
hilarious.
know.
I don't get that.
I don't get it either.
I don't get the joke. Power Spying 2. Can you explain the joke to me and Jester Bell? We don't get it. I like Gal Gadot, so it should have just made a 3-hour James Bond homage.
Yeah.
People would have watched that.
Yeah. Let me see if I can turn this garbage on again. Almost 200 people watching. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, that just took it out of me. How much do we have left? Just get this garbage over with. This crap.
We have 45 minutes left.
Oh my gosh, I'm surprised I've lasted this long. In the name of the Galactic Senate, I don't think I'll be doing this next year. I want to protest these awards.
Yeah, this
Has Dune Part 2 won anything yet? Nothing?
No, nothing yet. How did Alien Romulus get nominated for Best Visual Effects? What?
I keep putting that off. I haven't even watched it yet. I'm afraid to watch it.
Same.
I'm afraid to watch it because I hear mixed things about it. And I don't want to. Oh my gosh. Every time I see Zoe Saldana, how can you be up on stage, tears in your eyes over a performance like that?
Just as for Chris Rock. Exactly. That's funny. Oh, man.
Somebody write, "Stop it, Zoe. Don't cry. Thanos will wipe us all out." Who do you guys want to win Best Picture? I'm trying to think of something really spiteful to say.
Dune Part 2 for me. I think it should win.
Yeah, I'd say that. I want Wild Robot to win just for like an animated feature to win again. But The Substance, I would take The Substance winning. A horror film winning.
Genre films don't often win Best Picture, though. It's very rare. It's
Somebody
sad.
says someone says The Room is better than Amelia Perez.
I could probably attest to that. I have seen The Room, so yeah, it's a pretty funny movie. Hi, Mark.
Someone says Gal Gadot is Israeli and a Palestinian documentary one. I guess that's what the user finds funny. Yeah, I've been trying to stay away from that whole conversation. And people keep trying to bring me into it.
I want Sonic 3 to win. Hey, if they ever have the cojones to nominate Sonic 3, I will be happy. Or any superhero or video game based movie.
If you guys, in case you weren't here like 15 minutes ago, my brain literally just was broke when Amelia Perez won, and I started laughing like the Joker. And so that's why I'm so winded right now, and I feel like I'm just blown, like my brain is broken. The Oscars are done.
Yeah, this is the year they died.
I can't wait for this to be over. Not to talk with you here, Jacob. Hey guys, talk about comics again in the chat. Let's talk about it.
We trained them not to.
well, we need to talk about comics again because I need. Okay, here's one. Can the people who fix Sonic's animation fix Shrek 5? Look, I understand the criticisms against Shrek 5's animation because the original point of the Shrek movies was to have more realism as opposed to Disney being more cartoonish, and now it's more cartoonish. But comparing it to Sonic's animation in the original, it's comparing apples to oranges. It is not the same thing.
Yeah, he still looks like Shrek.
Yeah. He doesn't look horrifying. It's a different style of animation. He doesn't look horrifying.
Okay, here's a comic book question in the chat. Question for both of you. Do you have a favorite comic book artist? I really like Jorge Jimenez.
Jimenez.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, I know it's kind of controversial pick, but I actually really like Jim Lee. I think he's a fantastic artist. Don't think he's a good storyteller, but I think he's a fantastic artist.
Yeah, I'd probably go with Jim Lee as well. John Byrne, I also really like his art as I'm reading through X-Men. But yeah, Jim Lee, I like him better on his earlier work with X-Men in the 90s than I do his Batman work. I almost think that when his work was a little bit more flawed, and now that it's so polished, I like it better when it had more flaws. But yeah, that's probably my pick as well. Oh.
Let's see. Do people still enjoy comics? I still enjoy them. I don't read any modern Marvel or DC. Very rare that I do. I should say. I won't say never. But like I said, I've been trying to get Jester Bell into it as well. I'm reading the Rippaverse right now. I love the Rippaverse. I don't care what the other comic pros say about it. I think it's fun. Yaira's my favorite, clearly, because I have her poster behind me. So there you go. I'm excited for Hush 2. They've already done a Hush 2. They've done Hush Returns and House of Hush. See, that's what I'm talking about. They've already done DC. They're out of ideas. So like, we're going to do Hush 2. You've already done sequels with Hush. He was in video games.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so winded.
What did you guys think of Shin Godzilla? I thought it deserved an award.
I thought it was really good.
I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it was how they made Godzilla's jaw drop when he fired his atomic breath. Otherwise, I thought it was good. That would be the only reason I would say I don't think it deserved. Godzilla -1 is better.
I think Godzilla -1 is better. I didn't care for any of the human characters in Shin Godzilla, but I actually liked the redesigned Godzilla because it was so different, just to get something different for a change.
And I like the new origin in Shin Godzilla. I thought that was well stated. Hey Jacob, when are you going to get Jester into Common America? I actually haven't talked to Jester Bell about Common America. She's less into manga than I am, and it's definitely a comic with a more manga vibe.
for when we were talking about reading modern comics, like once again, I tried to give another chance with like the Uncanny X-Men relaunch, and then it was just so bad. The quality of comics is just so bad these days that it's like they only sell based off of covers and people collecting the art rather than the comics themselves. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I just read old comics, and there's so much material that you can just read it endlessly.
Yeah, it's the same. Should Joker be the Deadpool of DC universe instead of Harley? I say yes. No, Joker should not
What they
be.
need to do, what they should have done for a Deadpool in DC universe is either A, it should have been Lobo. He already kind of was. I know he was a parody of Wolverine, but he kind of was that Deadpool character. Or, hear me out, they could make a new character.
What?
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Or also, they could have used the Question. They could have used the Creeper. All of those characters would have been better than Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I'm just so winded after that. Jacob, do you mind if I go to the bathroom and you just hold the fort down really quick? I am not
sure.
glitching out. I am not glitching out. Just remind everyone, I'm just going to the bathroom.
Hey guys, welcome to Studio Jake. I, of course, am your host. I'm just kidding. Anyway, yeah, Jester Bell. She's going to take a quick bathroom break and she'll be back. Do you guys have any questions for me? I prefer getting the volume paperbacks. I agree. Marlis Patrick, I love to collect graphic novels. I only get floppies for titles I really love, like Batman and Spider-Man. A Deadpool of DC Comics is already like some lesser known comics character. Yeah, that's what I think they should have done. So what are your thoughts on the next part of the Squid Games? Next part. I've actually not watched season 2 of Squid Games, which is really shocking because I loved the first season. I've heard mixed reviews about it. That's why I've kind of been hesitant, but I am going to eventually give it a try. I don't know what Miley ? Means. Have you guys read Ghost Machine? I have not read Ghost Machine. The fireman got jokes. Okay. What are your thoughts on Reverse Flash? I like his name, Professor Zoom, better. Have you read Ghost Machine comics like Geiger? I have not read them, but send me some titles. I would be very interested. I'm always looking for new stuff to read. Would Joker at least be better fit than Harley? No, I don't think so. Have you seen I'm Still Here, Jake? The film, is that a movie? I'm Still Here? Oh, that's the Johnny Cash, right? No, that's not Johnny Cash. That's I'm Still Here. That's the other Bob Dylan biopic, right? I have not seen that. I'm not a big Bob Dylan fan.
Thank you for holding down the fort, Jacob. I'm back now. They're doing Best Sound. Amelia Perez is nominated for that too, as well.
There we go.
For some reason.
Thank
you guys for being here. 169 people watching.
Did you read any Transformer comics? Yes, back when Dreamwave was doing it. I haven't really liked anything since Dreamwave went bankrupt. Sorry, I just want to get that last one in. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting.
Here we go.
All right, here it is. Let's do it.
Oh, it went to Dune Part 2. Thank goodness.
Yes. Finally a win for Dune. Finally a win for Dune. About time.
Oh, apparently they dunked Junker 2. That's what it should be called. Junker 2. Joker 2. I didn't hear that. I was in the bathroom. It was far more entertaining than this Oscars.
It's about time. Dune Part 2 should have won a while ago.
It does have an amazing sound.
Someone says, I bet Jester went to listen to the soundtrack album of Amelia Perez.
No.
A Complete Unknown is the Bob Dylan biopic, and it's pretty great. You know, I've actually heard that movie is good, that Timothée Chalamet really did his best to portray Bob Dylan. I'm just not a big Bob Dylan music fan.
Yeah, I have no idea who he is, and so I didn't watch it. But because I was gonna watch more of the Oscars nominations, and then I was like, every year I do that. I try to watch some more of them, and I don't even remember, apart from Barbenheimer, the films that were nominated last year. I never remember them. And so I'm like, why waste my time with that? Like, I had watching Amelia Perez was important, as painful as it was. I don't regret the other ones that I saw because they were actually good, if not Oscar worthy. But what do you mean Oscar worthy? Somebody asked, when is the 40K Q&A going to be? If Jacob is free, maybe if you're free, well, I'm just thinking about what I'm going to do this week. Are you free Wednesday evening, Jacob?
I think so. I could probably go
Okay,
for a
I would
couple
like it
hours
to-
on Wednesday.
I would like to be Wednesday. I'll just communicate with you, and we'll officiate it.
Okay.
Okay. Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot are on stage.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
That's interesting. Are they just advertising for Snow White? That's probably
I
what's
think it's
going
best
on.
visual effects.
Oh, okay. They're presenting for
This
that.
should be Dune Part 2. It better be.
Yeah, it should be Dune Part 2. I agree.
Alien Romulus? I mean, I haven't watched it. I should watch it.
I know I'm I
Better
would like-
Man.
I think Dune should win.
Yeah.
They used a lot of practical effects for it. It doesn't look CGI at all in some scenes.
I just want to congratulate everyone here, all 169 of you who have stuck with us for this long. This is pain.
You
Pain!
all rock.
Movies are pain.
Rachel Zegler will have the last laugh, you meanies. Yeah, well, she got paid, so probably.
Here we go.
All right. Emilia Perez.
Dune Part 2, thank goodness.
Yes! Yes! Okay, finally. Finally. Holy cow.
But what do the Oscars mean anymore? What?
Are you tweeting right now? Or X posting?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just saying. Like, how can we celebrate wins with what they're doing here?
Good point. Romulus was pretty good. Lots of facehugger action. Okay, fair enough. I think some of you are just trolling us. I'm still trying to get over Ariana being robbed, and it would have been great if Better Man had won, knowing we don't like those movies. I feel like you are just teasing us at this point.
Yeah.
That's okay. Bring it on. Bring it on. Like Kuzco. Bring it on.
183 people watching. Thank you so much. If I survive the night. I went out there and everything looked green because I've been staring at a light. I'm going to turn on my light because I think this is doing something to my eyesight.
Okay, so while Jester Bell is doing that, she's
Jester
turning on
Bear.
her light.
Jester
Jester Bear.
Jester Bear is my father.
All right. Oh, fair enough. So now we have now there's a 4-way tie, right? So
yeah, it's Dune Part 2, Wicked, Anora, and Emilia Perez.
okay, I honestly I would be shocked, or not surprised, but shocked if Emilia Perez won any more.
I'm hoping. I want to see where's the Oscars. What do you call it? The
nominees?
Oscars order. The commencement order. Like, what's the? Oh my gosh. What do you call it when the order of events? Like, what's the way to say that?
Order of ceremony.
Oh yeah. Let me see. I think I liked it. I'm just trying to find it.
Schedules or the schedule maybe.
Oh yeah, the schedule. My brain is broken. I'm sorry, everyone. It is. Did I liked it, didn't I?
I have no idea.
Well, you should know, Jacob. You are the co-host here. You need to keep me in order when things fall apart. I didn't bookmark it. I'll try to find it. It's just on a turn this garbage off. I'm tired of it playing in my ear.
Oscar.
Just muting it for now. Film updates. Okay, I'm just making sure that I didn't miss anybody. They are trolling. I just need Beau DeMayo to win now. No. He got out on a video. I haven't done a video on it yet. I don't know if I will. And because before he said that you have to sign up for his OnlyFans if you want to find out the truth. So he finally made a video for YouTube and he says, I'm going to tell you the truth. And he's like, I have the receipts. He didn't bring any receipts. He didn't bring any evidence. He admitted that Disney was telling the truth and that he signed an NDA that he broke. And then he just listed a lot of vague grievances about what he did. And the funniest thing about it was one of it was that someone's kid apparently saw all of the like thirst trap photos he puts online and said, someone needs to buy you a shirt. So someone's kid said that about him. And I'm like, okay, that's your big abuse that you suffered at Disney, that someone's kid said you needed to put on a shirt. It was ridiculous. And some people still fell for it.
That's hilarious. There, I found the Oscar schedule. So
okay, I think I got it here.
Okay, they just did visual effects. So they just did visual effects. So international feature film should be next.
Oh, is it going to be Emilia Perez?
Oh, that would be. Oh, golly. Let's see.
Oh yeah. I'm seeing this here too now.
Oh, Flo might win it though, because Flo won Best Animated.
Oh, some people think. I think I'm Still Here is also international. Okay, after that we have live action short film. Don't know, don't care. Cinematography. Okay, should be Dune Part 2. Original score. Well, they ruled out Dune Part 2, so original and Wicked for whatever reason. So I don't know about that. Maybe it will be.
Why would you? Wait, you said Wicked was ruled out for best original score?
Because they're not original. They're from that's
it's on here
from a play. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Somebody says, wait, so Jester signed up to his OnlyFans for nothing? I didn't sign up to it. You guys are awful tonight. What was I about to say? You guys are the worst. The absolute worst. Okay.
Thanks for putting that image in my head.
Apparently, since Wicked, like it wasn't Wicked, it was Dune Part 2 that they said wasn't eligible for original score because Hans Zimmer used so much of his work from the first movie, and that got nominated, so he couldn't nominate again. I think what happened with Wicked is they thought it was weird for that to be nominated. I didn't think anything was spectacular about the score of that movie. The songs were already invented.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not, but if you're not going to nominate Dune Part 2 because it's a sequel, then you should nominate Wicked because it's an adaptation of a stage play.
Yeah. So after original score, actor in leading role, I guess Timothée Chalamet. I don't even know or care. Like I've usually been invested in the actors, or at least directing, actress in leading role, and then best picture. I think actress in leading role is probably going to be Demi Moore, which she deserves it.
That's certainly possible. She's a great actress.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
177 people watching. Thank you very much. I hate the Oscars.
Why is Miley Cyrus dressed up like Mia Goth? Their Twitter just posted a picture, and I thought it was Mia Goth, but it's Miley Cyrus. Do we have international film yet?
It's coming. Oh wait, it's live action short film.
Oh, live action short. I haven't seen any of these.
I think this is a little out of order compared to that.
Oh, because the list I have, it says international feature film should have been next.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Is that okay, everyone? I'm gonna go to bed right here. Like I'm done. I hate the Oscars. Bye. It's Jacob's dream come true. He'll take over my channel.
Just for the night.
Seriously, though, I'm so sick of this.
Yeah, it's not looking like it's gonna. Unless I will say though, if Dune wins Best Picture, which I don't think it will, I'll be upfront about that. I don't think it will. That will redeem it a little bit in my eyes, because out of those movies, it is the best picture. Let's be real, and I actually ranked it my top favorite film of 2024 on my list. So I would be very happy if Dune won, but I don't think it is.
How is the chat feeling about the Oscars? Do you think that they have any legitimacy after this? Are you gonna live stream the Kids' Choice Awards this year? I'm gonna live stream my funeral. I'm gonna live stream my funeral this year. How about that?
I'm going. I've always been curious. I've never sat down and watched the People's Choice Awards. I've always been curious about it versus the Oscars. Like, what's it like? Because to me, the audience should be the ones awarding these films, not the stuffed shirts.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion, though. And no one cares about my opinion.
Morgan Freeman has taken the stage.
I like Morgan Freeman. He's a good actor.
I'm going to be honest, the comic conversations are more engaging. I agree. We'll do a live stream again, hopefully on Wednesday, and we'll be able to just talk about comics and not go for this long.
I was over the Oscars when Stephanie who lost to Jamie Lee Curtis.
Shoe.
Oh, was that for Everything Everywhere?
Yeah, everyone was mad about Jamie Lee Curtis winning that because everyone had a pick other than Jamie Lee Curtis to win that they wish would win, and then it was Jamie Lee Curtis.
That is weird. I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh, they are honoring Gene Hackman.
Oh, good.
Right
Okay,
now.
He's one of my favorite actors. Yeah, I haven't seen the last time I watched the Kids' Choice Awards was when Avatar: The Last Airbender beat SpongeBob. It was Avatar finally unseated SpongeBob SquarePants as the best kids pick. So that was the last time I watched the Kids' Choice Awards, and it was awesome.
Sorry, I was just listening to the Gene Hackman tribute. Chadwick Boseman not winning Best Actor got me, and my problem with that is not that I didn't see the movie he was in, so I don't know if he deserved to win, but that they baited it to get people to watch. They put it till the end, and he didn't even win.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing it in the memorial now. We lost Maggie Smith. Dabney Coleman, haven't heard of him. Usually they do this when the end is coming up, so that's a positive sign.
Oh, maybe they're good. Maybe
Roger
that means they're
Corman was the big one that we lost. Sorry, I'm just naming them out.
That's fine. Did they say Kevin Conroy because they skipped his name last year?
Oh, they did do him at the SAG Awards.
So that doesn't. No one cares about the SAG Awards.
Marshall Brickman, Robert Leigh Mill, Emmett Walsh, Casey Fox. A lot of these are just executives.
Yeah, no one cares about them. Not even them.
Thanks, Jacob. No one cares about these people who died.
It's just a sad fact. No one knew who these executives were. Yeah, they skipped Kevin Conroy in 2024. It was an abomination. I actually watched the Oscars. When Reese and I did this last year, I watched the Oscars because I was expecting him to be listed in the in memorandum, and he was not. I was furious and fast and furious about it. Other than Halloween and Freaky Friday, what big movie Jamie Lee Curtis was in? True Lies? That's a big one she was in, I think.
Joan Plowright.
I don't know who that is. Joan Plowright.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing most of the people on this list.
Gene Hackman and Maggie Smith I recognized.
Oh, we lost Donald Sutherland.
Oh, yeah, he was a brilliant actor. That's a shame.
Art Evans.
Don't know who that is. I think someone just broke into your house, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just giving her a hard time.
As if this night couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, I know, right? Hopefully, though, with hopefully it'll get better because Dune.
Oh, we also lost Lou Gossett Jr.
Oh man, that's a shame. And he was in a Chuck Norris movie that I really like, Firewalker.
I think it was 2016 where like there was this ridiculous amount of celebrities that died.
Yeah.
Oh, Shelley Duvall. We lost Shelley Duvall.
Oh, wait, from The Shining, correct?
Yeah,
Shelley
The
Duvall?
Shining and Popeye. She was Olive Oil.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. A lot of
And
people have
David
forgotten
Lynch.
that.
We lost David Lynch.
Oh, yeah, he was a odd director, but some of his movies went over my head, I'll admit. But he was a good director.
And James Earl Jones.
Oh, Michelle Trachtenberg. Is she in there?
I think she should be. James Earl Jones, huge.
Man, that was hard. Darth
we have
Vader's
lost some hard-hitting ones. Gene Hackman, of course.
Michelle Trachtenberg was only 2 years older than me.
I just still don't know what killed her.
No one does.
Where's Michelle Trachtenberg? Wait, they didn't do Michelle Trachtenberg. Is it because she was more of a TV?
She was in movies?
Wait, maybe I missed her.
Yo, someone confirmed she was not in it.
That's
Holy
crazy.
Cow.
Time to go on Twitter to scream.
Yeah, I'm about to. I'm doing that right now.
Sorry, we got to get on our Twitter accounts and go to war, everyone. No, Michelle. How do you spell her last name?
Trachtenberg.
Okay.
Man, that is stunning to me.
Wow.
I remember I first saw her and someone put it in the chat.
I spelled Academy wrong, so I'll have to put that out.
You can edit now. You can edit.
No, you can't unless you buy Twitter Blue or whatever.
Oh, right.
No, Michelle Trachtenberg.
It's Trachtenberg is how you do it.
At Academy. I spelled it with an E.
You're right. She was not a big Hollywood star, but they usually mention people.
Yeah, there were so many people in there I didn't know.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that.
Now I changed it to Academy Picks. I wasn't trying to say that. So I'll have to write it again. I'm going to write it again. Where was Michelle Trachtenberg? Is that how you spell it?
Trachtenberg.
Tenberg at Academy. You sick, twisted perverts. No, I won't write that. You. Well, at least there wasn't a pervert film. Well, I guess Amelia Perez kind of is, but you sick, twisted, demented, losing. What should I put as the last one?
I don't know. Pathetic.
Pieces.
By the way, while you're writing that out, I'm Not a Robot won Best Live Action Short Film, not Emil Perez.
Oh, very good. Pieces of junk.
Michelle Trachtenberg was in movies, people. I don't know why y'all keep
Where
saying
was
she
Michelle
only on
Trachtenberg
television.
at Academy? You sick, twisted, demented, losing, pathetic pieces of junk.
I love it.
I'm going to retweet that already so you can see it. Like, oh my God. Did you tweet about it?
I did. My, let's see. I'll find yours and I'll retweet yours. You have wow, you wrote 4 about her. I'm going to do your newest.
Yeah.
Or no, you wrote 3. You wrote 3.
Right. But I don't care if there's 4 out there.
All right. I just retweet it. Oh man, that's great.
This is the worst Oscars I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
That's going to be the next video, I think.
Yeah, yeah, that's going to be my video tomorrow. I have a feeling you and I will be in agreement
Well,
on a lot of this.
we'll see how long it takes me to edit this, but I am mad. In case you guys can't tell, 178 people watching. Let me just see. Because I have my eyes away from it. I'm just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Oh, the Oscars are back. The garbage event.
That did not mention Michelle Trachtenberg.
The Oscar. Let's list the grievances out tonight. I need to get my notebook.
It's Amelia Perez won Best Original Song for
Best
Emma.
Supporting Actor.
Best
They
Supporting.
didn't mention Michelle Trachtenberg.
Has Conan O'Brien at least been funny?
I haven't been paying attention to his bits. I just haven't seen anything as cringe as Jimmy Kimmel.
Okay, but that's a low bar. Low bar.
News for Ballerina. I'll probably watch it later.
Someone suggests maybe it's because she did die very recently. Maybe that's why they had already made it and they just couldn't put her in.
Okay, I call foul on that.
Gene
I edit
Hackman.
videos. He died a couple days ago, didn't he?
Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, that's my counter to that.
I think he died after Michelle Trachtenberg. He died after. Like, there's no reason, and especially with editing, you can easily slip a slide in there and some text. It doesn't take a lot. There's no reason why it shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, 100%.
Somebody says the Oscars also didn't bother paying tribute to Michael Kopsa or Kevin Conroy in 2023.
Yeah, I remember that one made me mad. The Kevin Conroy, I was furious.
I think it's Best Actress now, is it? Let's see what it is.
Is it Best Actress?
I think it's Best Actress.
Okay.
Let me see. I have no idea what this is. I don't even care anymore.
Let's see. Actors are sometimes left off the Oscars in memoriam segment because of time constraints and needing to prioritize the most well-known. All bull malarkey.
Yeah, Gene Hackman died after.
Is it because Kevin Conroy is a voice actor? In my mind, that doesn't matter to me.
He did.
You either support the art or you don't.
He did roles in live action as well.
Yeah, and not to mention, Batman: Mask of the Phantasm was a theatrical film, so
Yeah.
he should have been.
Even
good
if
for that.
you like, I don't know, it's just nonsense.
It really is. And just the fact that he was so well known.
Yeah. Boy, the wind is just taken out. I don't know. They're just glazing like directors right now. Maybe it's Best Director. I have no idea what this is.
Well, they usually save Best Director for right before Best Picture, don't they? Or am I wrong about that? I could be wrong.
I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, there also too.
It's cinematographer. There we go.
Oh, okay. That's actually one I do care about. I do care about the Best Cinematographer.
Oh, somebody says neither BAFTA nor the Academy included Tony Todd in their in memoriam.
What?
Living doesn't cover it. Did he die this year? Was that this year?
No, that was last year, I think.
Well, that's
the year
crazy.
before.
Like, he was Candyman.
Tony Todd? Yeah, that golly. Unserious people, which you can use for your thumbnail.
Unserious people. I will throw my phone at my TV if Amelia Perez wins Best Actress. It's not gonna. They're just. I don't even. I'm surprised Carla's even there in the audience.
Char as a he
Who
also
just
appeared in
won? I'm
shows.
sorry, I don't care anymore.
Let's
Who
see.
just won cinematographer? Let's see. Is it Amelia Perez? The Brutalist.
The Brutalist.
Don't care.
I've heard mixed things about that movie. Some people really like it, and some people really hate it.
Amelia Perez is now an Oscar-winning film, and somebody zings back at it. To be fair, so is Suicide Squad. Yeah, but Suicide Squad people leave out it was for makeup and hairstyling, which you could argue with that film. It wasn't for anything else. It wasn't like for best song.
And also, that felt like a IOU nomination. You and I have talked about this. How sometimes I feel like they do like when Leo DiCaprio won for The Revenant. I felt like that was we're sorry you didn't win for this other movie, even though The Revenant.
I feel like that's what Zoe Saldana is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's because they promised her that and that they were going to keep on that.
Yeah, you're probably right. That's why she also won Best Original Song, right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
It's got to be because we're just paying you back for throwing Gascon and
under the bus.
Under the bus, right?
Also, Zoe Saldana announced out of nowhere that she has a trans niece that really, or was it a trans niece or nephew that really inspires her? I'm like, wow, you all of a sudden produced a trans niece when you needed to win an award for a movie.
How interesting.
We're uncensored tonight, guys. I'm hopping mad.
You'll have to, Teresa. Your sister has a theory about when I say something is interesting.
What's that?
It's that if she and I are talking and she says something I disagree with, but I don't really want to argue the point, I'll say, "That's interesting." And she's always like, "You just don't."
Interesting to me about something.
Well, I didn't do it in this context, but Kelly always Warrior Woman 91. She always says that whenever you say you're interested, I actually don't think you're interested. You just don't want to argue with me.
Yeah. Okay, we're on Best International Feature Film. I think it's going to be I'm Still Here. If it's Amelia Perez. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, I'm going to go with
the fact that this film is nominated
for a lot.
Yeah. So after that, we still have original score, actor in leading role, directing, actress in leading role, and best picture. And I think we've gotten everything else. Oh my goodness, is it almost done? Or can we go home? I am home, and
they're going over. They're going over time right now.
It went to I'm Still Here. So that was the other one that I thought that might go to Amelia Perez.
Good. A lot of people in chat seem to like I'm Still Here.
We finally got a super chat, $2 from Sammy's Stop Motion Oasis. Did Zoe win for the P to V song? No, that was the song that went viral and was memed the most. She won for what is past even worse, because at least the P to V song was funny. The LML song was just baffling from how it came out of nowhere in the film. And the lyrics made no sense. And the dance that she does looks like a 7-year-old. I can't believe it. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Sammy, Stop Motion Oasis. Okay, I'm Still Here one.
Well, that's good at least.
Oh boy.
I mean, to me, whenever I hear that certain movies win, I'm always like, they're just doing this to be pretentious. Like it's not.
Yeah.
They don't want us to think of them as out of touch elitist, but then they do the most out of touch elitist thing they can do, like nominate Emily Perez.
Yeah, people are going crazy over Michelle Trachtenberg on Twitter right now.
That's good. Good. Shame them. That's what they need. Shame them. We need to bring shame back.
Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody here. Oh, I think I got everybody. Here comes Mark Hamill.
Okay, so they're going to trot him out on the stage, but not talk about Kevin Conroy.
Nope.
What has he been in since the Last Jedi? Or
I think he voiced a character in The Wild Robot.
oh, he voiced a character. Wow, I thought that wasn't important anymore. Holy cow!
I can't wait for this stream for the Oscars to be over.
I hear a lot of banging. Are you all right in there?
I'm okay. It's I just hit this thing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's an ad. I'm gonna turn this off. Oh my gosh.
Man, this is
Driven to drink. I'm driven to drink.
You're driven to drink. Oh
This
man.
night.
This has been a crazy night, I will say.
This is the worst Oscars I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's been a while. At least Conan is better than Kimmel, but yeah, it is really shocking to me just how out of touch they are. I mean, it's ridiculous. No one wanted Emilia Perez to win except them.
Yeah.
No, and they're giving awards to movies. Okay, Substance and Dune Part 2 being an exception, but they're giving awards to movies no one cares about. And they might say, "Oh, well, it's because of the art." It's like, well, if you really cared about the art, then you wouldn't nominate any blockbuster film ever. You know, it's or any sort of adaptation. It's really ridiculous.
Someone says 1 more hour to go. Goodness gracious.
Wait, one more hour?
I can't take this any longer. End it. End it. It's probably going to be either Anora or Conclave that wins Best Picture at this point.
Yeah. We only got 4 categories left, right?
Please, I hope so. Just knock them out.
Oh, 5, because we haven't done best original score.
Oh, we wouldn't want to forget that. Wouldn't want to forget that.
Best actor, best actress, best director, best picture, and best original score. So we got 5 categories left. So it might go for another half hour at least. Yeah, they're behind. They were supposed to end after 3 hours. So Disney's getting a payday.
They said they didn't include Olivia Hussey either.
Oh.
And Tony Todd, people are saying that they didn't include Tony Todd. I thought he passed away last year, but maybe it wasn't when the Oscars were happening.
Let's see. When did Tony Todd pass away? Tony Todd. Oh, no, he died this past November. I thought it was earlier. So, yeah, he should have been
Tony
included.
Todd. Wow.
He should have been included. Dang. Maybe they'll put them in next year. Do you think that they should go back to making Best Picture just 5 movies instead of 10? Because this list is ridiculous. All the other awards.
I actually would think that, but I wouldn't if they just nominated better pictures.
Fair.
Nominate films that we're not going to forget about in 5 minutes.
I'll drag it out like the Super Bowl.
I think we should all orchestrate a sing-along for Vagina Plasty right now. We'll have a bouncing dot on the screen and we'll just sing the lyrics together while joining hands.
Well, everybody, I had a good night.
I'm on like the death rattle, like I'm just spouting nonsense here. I think we should all get up and like line dance to El Mal. I think that's what we should do.
That's so crazy.
And we're not back yet to the chat who's asking. Thank you for almost 200 people watching. Best Picture nominee? Oh, no. It's just talking about going through all the ones that are nominated.
Okay. Wait. So did we miss the other 5?
No, they just have been doing this little they interlude everything with a montage of the best picture.
Oh, okay, I got you.
What is this about Mark Hamill's pants falling down?
Apparently, he embarrassed himself at some event. He was trying to be funny, but it came off as just embarrassing.
Oh,
That's what I heard. Yeah, apparently he was at the Golden Globes, I guess, and his pants fell off.
oh no, it wasn't the Golden Globes because it was too recent. I know it was a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
BAFTA. Sorry, BAFTA.
Here comes Mark Hamill now.
All right.
They're playing the Star Wars theme. Well, you can play the Star Wars theme and not get a copyright strike. Just saying, you play 3 seconds of the Star Wars theme on YouTube and you get a copyright strike.
Well, it is on ABC. The Oscars are on ABC this year, so that might be why they can get away with it. Kathleen
Here he
Kennedy
comes.
enters the chat.
It's film score now.
Okay. Is he doing his Joker voice or does he sound normal?
He sounds normal.
Okay. So he's kind of, every once in a while, he'll fall into the Joker voice. It's really weird.
Yeah.
He does it when he talks about Jake Skywalker a lot.
Yeah. Okay. The Brutalist is nominated for original score.
Okay. Conclave. Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez.
Yeah.
Amelia Perez.
Wicked and the Wild
Somebody
Robot.
says the pants fell to the dark side. I can't believe we're not done with Amelia Perez.
Rob, the real Kathleen Kennedy or the Cartman Kathleen Kennedy. They're one and the same, in my opinion.
The Wild Robot should win, honestly. For original score, yeah.
I've seen Conclave, but its score was kind of annoying. Because I think, oh, okay. What do we got?
The Brutalist. The Wild Robot should have won.
Okay, well, at least it wasn't Amelia Perez. That's what we're saying at this point. At least
that was my favorite movie from last year. Like, I'm not saying it was the best in the world, but like Doom Part 2. Actually, Doom Part 2 I have a couple problems with, so that's why The Wild Robot was like a film I didn't have any problems with.
Alan Tudyk is a mid Joker to the chat. Someone is saying he's the best. No, Alan Tudyk is mid as the Joker, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Troy Baker is next after Mark Hamill.
Why don't you guys take some bets? How long am I going to survive this night?
All right. So the Brutalist one. Let's see what's next. All right, so 4 left. We've got best directing, best actor, best actress in leading role, and best picture.
Okay, now we're at the. So it's already an article in Variety. Michelle Trachtenberg, Sharon Doherty, Tony Todd among those omitted from Oscars in memoriam segment.
That's just shocking to me. I remember the Conclave score was annoying. It's like they knew that you were falling asleep because it was so boring. And so suddenly this horn would play and you'd be like, oh, I'm awake. Yeah, I remember that. I said that in my review too. I was like, it was like an annoying pet, the score. I have to admit, I was not expecting how it ended, to be fair. They did trick me.
My voice is going. Best picture, director, actress, actor. Let's knock them out. Here's Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey to tell me when my funeral is.
Is Oprah Winfrey here to ask for money that's like pocket change to her? Is that why Oprah's there?
I don't know.
So is this Best Actress that they're presenting?
I'm not sure what they're doing right now.
Oh, okay. Because if you wanted to bring the two most obnoxious people on that stage, there it is. Let's see.
I think she's just giving a tribute to somebody.
Who?
I don't know.
They just did the memorandum. Why were they doing a tribute? Someone's gonna get a participation trophy. Oh, they're honoring Quincy Jones. Okay. Okay. Why does he get like his own like side tribute? Why wasn't he just with?
I don't know. They did a little side tribute to Gene Hackman.
That's true. Apparently, they gave some participation trophies away during the commercial breaks.
Okay, and that's nice. That's nice. Please get on with it. At least Daredevil Born Again is this week sometime.
That actually looks good. I hope I'm not going to be disappointed. Your face is saying you have no idea what's happening right now.
I know, because I'm done. I'm just so done. We have 4 awards left, people. Get it over with. You might notice a demeanor switch to when they allowed that song. I didn't think they were honestly going to do that.
I honestly didn't either.
Okay, did I miss anybody here? Nope.
Apparently,
We've been going for 3 hours, Jacob.
Yeah,
3 hours.
3 hours.
Just get it over with. We've been going over 3 hours. Take away my pain.
So after this Quincy Jones tribute, I guess they're going to go to Best Actor. Let's see, Amelia Perez.
They're singing a song now. I noticed they didn't do songs being sung like from the original score because they didn't want to do Amelia Perez.
Interesting.
Okay, now they're doing a song number.
When was the last like good Oscars? When the Family Guy hosted? That was like the last time I thought it was actually like a spectacle.
What year was that?
I don't even remember. Holy cow. When did McFarlane host the Oscars? I don't even remember. Holy cow, it's been forever.
I can't wait to go to bed.
When did Seth MacFarlane host the Oscars? 2013. So the year after I said was the last legitimate Oscars.
Oh, okay. I bet they're going to take another commercial break after this, and it's just going to keep on going. I want to go to bed. I want to get a knee fracture because that's better than this. First stream I've ever seen. Hi, Jisterbell. Tony, thank you for joining us. I'm dying.
Cillian Murphy is going to present for Best Actor, so when he goes up on the stage, we'll know. Who do you think is going to win? We've got
Best
Adrian
actor?
Brody. Yeah.
I don't even know because I haven't been paying attention. This is the first year where I haven't really been paying attention to the Best Actor because I don't care.
Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes for Conclave, Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice, I've actually heard that they thought Apprentice was going to win, that Stan was going to win that, but there was such blowback towards the movie that he might not win.
Yeah, I would think I would want who Timothy Chalamet. I thought that his performance in June Part 2 was Oscar worthy.
Yes, I agree.
So I would love for him to win for that, but they don't give it for that. Okay, we're on another commercial break.
Jeez.
I thought this was going to be a 3-hour show. No, it's 4 hours. They're going to do the 2 best actors. Did somebody give me super chat? 1 GB.
Yes.
It just says 1 GBP. Oh, well, thank you for it. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to look up what's GBP.
Maybe turn your safe search on.
Define GBT.
GBP.
GBP. I'm going crazy. GBP. The currency in the United Kingdom. Okay, thank you very much.
Oh, so he gave you a pound.
Oh, thank you. How much is a pound in US dollars? I've got to look it up. How much is a pound in US dollars? Okay, we can know. It is $1.26. Thank you very much.
Is that the first time you've gotten a pound?
Yes.
Very cool.
We're just dumb Americans over here. I don't know what pounds are. I mean, I know what they are, but I can't translate them in my head.
Very cool. The best actress will follow Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison for Honora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here.
194 watching. Thank you very much, everybody.
I think people are tuning in to watch your breakdown.
Yes, I broke down with that Amelia Perez thing.
Someone sent $1 million at the super chat.
$1 million at the super chat. Someone sent me 100, and I thought, oh my gosh, someone sent me $100, but it was in like Argentina money, and so apparently it was $1. So thank you for the dollar, but I thought, oh my, someone sent me $100. That wasn't what it was.
That's all right. We appreciate our international viewers. Thank y'all for tuning in to this Oscar stream. By the way, rewind to the first 20 minutes. You'll love that content.
Oh yeah, that's because things were going wrong and I kept losing. And that was just Jacob going solo.
Oh, you got another.
Hi, Luke here. I just want to support your channel. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. If you want to give pounds, that's just perfectly fine. I just didn't know how to translate a pound in my head.
We really appreciate our international viewers. Thank y'all so much. Y'all rock.
Yeah, thank you.
Still an absolute crime against humanity that Denny didn't get nominated for Best Picture, or Best Director. Sorry,
thanks for the £2, by the way. Thank you so much.
Yes, I agree with you, Tony. Youthful Eagle, Ilias. I think Denny Villeneuve should have been nominated.
Okay, now we're up to the next thing. They're gonna carry this until 8:00 PST. I'm in California. We're on Pacific time.
I'm on Mountain Time, so I'm an hour ahead of you.
Should we all start singing? What song should we sing?
You do not want me to sing. People will start taking back super chats if you get me to sing. Are they back on stage yet?
No, they're showing us Conclave. I have no desire. Did you watch Conclave? You did, right?
I did.
Okay. I keep forgetting. I'm losing track of time. For some people, it's 10:18 p.m. Eastern. I guess we have it easy.
All right, Best Actors next. So, like I said, Adrian Body for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes, Conclave, Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice.
I'm glad at least that Sebastian Stan is nominated because I think he's a really good actor, actually. But once
Me
again, what does
too.
that
But
mean anymore?
well, for me, I'm a little like, if you want to make a movie critical of the current president, whatever, but I'm just worried about him because he did that movie knowing his contract with Marvel is coming up, right? It's about to end. So I'm a little worried that because he was in that movie, he won't get roles after being in Marvel. Does that maybe not,
We should
because
see. He's done. That's part of the reason why I thought he would have been a better Captain America. Ultimately, Sebastian Stan went on to do a lot of experimental stuff after that, and he got a lot of notice from people, even if he didn't get a lot of awards. While Anthony Mackie starred in a lot of lead roles of B action movies that didn't do well, and I think that
yeah,
Sebastian
outside the
Stan is
wire.
a really great. It's a really great actor. I think he can carry as a lead role.
Did you hear what he said about carrying the shield though? Someone said, how do you, they were asking him about Thunderbolts, I think. And they said, do you, so you're not the one holding the shield right now or something. And he said, yet. So,
Oh, that's interesting.
but then he backtrack, then he kind of backtracked a little bit and started talking about the Thunderbolts. So that's
Yeah.
making people wonder if maybe he's going to become Cap in one of the Avengers movies, the upcoming, obviously.
I'm sorry. I heard what you said. I interesting, but I'm so cold in here and I'm so done with this. I'm sorry, Jacob. I feel like I'm throwing you under the bus.
No, it's all right. Do what you got to do.
So tired. I'm so tired of all of this.
Sebastian Stan was just in A Different Man. Oh, an A24. I'm not a big A24 film person. I like some of their stuff, but they've really captured that let's make weird movies and artsy movies. Nothing wrong with that, but you're playing to a certain audience. It's not everyone is going to appreciate that. I disagree, Javier Vasquez. I don't believe Conclave was controversial. I just thought it was boring. It's exactly what I expected.
I will say, as good as an actor as I think Sebastian Stan is, I don't think he pulls off the current president well. I don't think it's fitting.
I haven't seen him. I haven't seen it. So
Adrian Brody won.
Oh, good. Okay. Not Amelia Perez. Okay.
Okay. Okay, I didn't see the movie, so I don't have any. They usually give the right awards to the right actors, except for Zoe Saldana, because it's actors doing most of the voting.
I kind of disagree with you. I think, like I said, not since 2012 has it really been legitimate. Personally, I think Timothy Chalamet should have won, but because of Dune Part 2. But if he had won for a complete unknown, I would have been okay with it.
Yeah, I think that was excellent acting in Dune Part 2. But some people didn't vote for it because it had killing in it, don't you know?
No. Oh, geez. How dare a sci-fi movie have killing in it? Good for Adrian Brody. I like him. He's a very talented actor. I think he's in a lot of weird movies. Someone just broke into your house, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Oh, he's giving me a sweater because I'm freezing.
Aw. So a good thief.
Thank you, Invisible Man.
Conclave is a movie about Christianity, about people who hate Christianity and wants to further demonize the religion. It was very controversial. Okay, fair enough. I didn't get that impression. I just thought it was boring, but fair enough. I know I at my job, I work with a lot of Catholics and they all hated it. So I believe you.
Okay, I'm so tired.
So is this the Brutalist? This is their second award, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of been spread out tonight.
Holy cow. Yeah. I have to admit, I was not expecting that. I was expecting Wicked, Conclave, or Amelia Perez to just sweep everything, but they really haven't. It's been pretty spread out. So hopefully maybe that's a good sign. Maybe Demi Moore will win for The Substance.
Yeah, so we have 3 more awards: actress, director, and picture. They're probably going to go to another break. I need to turn this off. No offense. I don't know if this person actually deserved it. I haven't seen that movie. So I'm just like the Academy, I didn't actually watch a lot of these films. I think I watched about 4 or 5 of them.
At least Adrian Body is a talented actor, so even though I haven't seen the movie, I could kind of say, okay, I could see him winning. Good for him. And he's making a very good speech, apparently. So good.
Well, I just don't have any sort of association with this movie.
Yeah, same. I know that one of my favorite film critics hated it, really hated it. But I've never watched, but I did not watch it for that reason. I just didn't get around to it.
I was like, do I want to spend 4 hours watching this
Oh,
film?
you have a super chat.
Oh, where? $5. Thank you so much, Sam. Stop Motion Oasis. Why can't I? There it goes. I want to see A Complete Unknown because Boyd Holbrook, who is an actor I like, is playing one of my favorite singers and heroes, Johnny Cash. Oh, I didn't know that. I did want to check out A Complete Unknown. I just didn't get around to it because Timothy Chalamet is legitimately one of my favorite actors right now working today. I think he has every right to say that he wants to be one of the greats because I actually like his decisions. Any thoughts on that, Jacob?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I like I said, I just am not a Bob Dylan listener. So but I'd give it a try. I do like musical biopics. Elvis, I liked Elvis more than you did, I think, but I still didn't think it was great.
Oh no, I still really liked it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I watched it with my mother-in-law, who's a big Elvis fan, and she freaking loved the movie. She was like, "This is awesome!" So
Wow,
that's
this
good.
speech is still going.
Someone said, I loved him, I guess, Adrian Body in the Predators movie, even though that movie didn't get great reviews. Fun fact, Predators was the first rated R movie I saw when I like on my own. I went out and saw that movie with my ID and everything. That was the first movie for that.
My first R-rated movie was actually Logan, and I know you don't like that.
The first woke Marvel movie. Of course, why would you think I didn't like that? But that wasn't the first rated R movie I had ever seen, but it was the first one I went to myself. So it has a kind of a special place in my heart. I know that's weird, but it was just that experience of just, I'm going to go see this rated R movie.
Mhm. 192 people watching. Thank you very much. You can all watch me go to sleep. Boy, Adrian Brody went on for like 5 minutes.
I'm surprised the umbrella didn't come off and pull him out.
Well, they started playing the music. He's still thanking people. My goodness. Come on. Why are they dragging this out so long? Because they're going to get to a commercial break. And then we have 3 more awards. This could go past 8 o'clock at this rate. I don't care. Sorry. I don't know if this man actually deserves it. I just want you to go on. If somebody says, you want to talk about pretentious? It's on the stage right now. How long is this? 8 years?
Maybe they asked him to go to a commercial. Like maybe they're just really close.
I'm going to be 60 years old. He's still going to be going.
That's great. One of the best speeches I ever heard was when Gary Oldman won for playing Winston Churchill. He got up and he said, I'd like to thank my director, my co-stars, my wife, and I'd like to thank Winston Churchill. Thank you for this award. And he just walked off. I was like, yeah.
Why is he still going even after they played the music?
Timothy would never have done this. By the way, Rob Chuck. Thank you, Rob Chuck. That's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. He's basically just he's just going on and on and on.
Man, this is crazy. Is this like the Kratos actor for Game Awards? Did you see that? The guy who voiced Kratos, they could not get him to freaking shut up at the Game Awards. It was so funny.
I should look it up later, but I've had enough of awards after tonight.
People were saying they regretted giving him the win because he kept going on and on.
Okay, they're not going to a break.
Oh,
Quentin
okay. Wow.
Tarantino is on the stage. I'm assuming this is Best Director.
Why is he on the stage?
I
He's
don't know.
directed two. He's directed two good movies. That's it.
Jacob refrained from throwing tomatoes.
I don't think he's a bad director. I just think he's incredibly overrated. People make just a big deal out of him for no reason.
Did you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I actually have. That's one I haven't seen yet, but I've seen most of the others. When I
I
saw
liked what I
Death
saw
Proof,
of it.
okay, when I saw Death Proof, I was like, this guy should not direct ever. But then I saw Inglorious Bastards and Jackie Brown, and those were actually two really good movies. But I didn't like the others.
Oh, Sean. Apparently, I'm lagging. Apparently, Sean Baker won for Honora for Best Director.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Emilia Perez won't win.
I didn't think they were going to win that one.
So now Nora's won 3, right? That's 3
Yeah.
for okay. So they've taken the lead.
I can't believe Dune Part 2 wasn't nominated for Best Director.
Hateful Eight, I could take or leave. Wasn't a big fan of it.
I don't know if I'm going to have the energy for that video tomorrow. We'll see.
Kill Bill is overrated. Pulp Fiction isn't a movie. It was fun to watch while drunk, but it wasn't that good of a movie.
Sean Baker wants to read something that he's very passionate about. Let's see. Why can't you just thank everybody and go? These people. This is not your personal soapbox time.
All right, so I guess that means Best Actress is next.
Okay, he's advocating for movie theaters. Okay, that's okay. You can do that.
Reservoir Dogs is okay. It's not that people deserve to take me titles of Quentin Tarantino movies. So
okay,
all right.
He's advocating for movie theaters and to support movie theaters. Okay, I respect this is the only good part of the entire thing.
Good for him. Yeah, I agree with him on that. All right.
I agree exactly what he's saying here. But my problem is not if somebody says something related to film. My problem is when somebody like Joaquin Phoenix, when he won for the Joker, says, I'm going to use this time as my personal soapbox to talk about something completely unrelated to this event. That's my problem.
They really need to let Ricky Gervais host. If they really wanted people to watch. Jacob, do you think Michael Bay is a better director than Tarantino? I think he had. I don't know. I would say that he has better. His good movies are better than Quentin Tarantino's.
Okay, for some reason, it just kicked me off and said that this event has concluded.
Oh, interesting.
Even though we still have Best Actress, maybe Emilia Perez is going to win. We've got
Best
Best Actress in the picture. Yeah, I'll try again for it.
All right.
Yeah, in a minute, and then we'll just see the ending. We got 2 more, ladies and germs. If Adrian Brody didn't take 50 years to tell you, here's what y'all got to know: people don't care. Just don't care. 200 people watching. Thank you so much.
Maybe what we should do next year, Jester Bell, is you and I should just do our own Oscars. You and I should decide
and we
what
can have it an hour long, not 2 hours. We can give a special award to each of the films.
I agree.
Watching gladiator games would be better than this.
All right.
Madison to win for Honora. Probably. I do think it's funny that people are fan casting Mikey Madison for Harley Quinn. It's like whenever somebody, an actress in their 20s does a Brooklyn accent, people say, "Oh, she should play Harley Quinn." But that's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not saying that she would be bad either. I'm just saying that just because you heard someone do a Brooklyn accent doesn't mean that it's Harley Quinn right there. And I don't think, and I'm relieved about this, we're going to get another Harley Quinn in live action for a very long time at this point.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's so far removed from the actual character at this point. Really, Mia Goth or Christina Ricci needs to play Harley Quinn.
Oh yeah, Christina Ricci did a really great job voicing her in Did they just take the Oscars off? This is a disaster. People were reporting
that tells me it might be Emilia Perez, and they don't want people to see.
That's going to be so funny. Well, I guess I don't have to hear it. Take these off. Take these off. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing these people. Thank you for supporting movie theaters. That's very important, what we should be doing. But I'm sick.
I actually hope Demi Moore wins because I think she's a brilliant actress. I've not seen I haven't seen any of the movies that are on the Best Actress in a Leading Role.
Yeah, and she's she does a really great job, and she's been winning it up to this point, so I think it might be her, but they really are favoring Honora.
Someone said Emma Stone for Harley Quinn.
That's so weird. I've always thought that was a weird one.
Well, it's because of Cruella. She basically plays a Harley Quinn knockoff in Cruella. She doesn't play Cruella DeVille. She plays Harley Quinn in that. So I wouldn't hate it. Pre-Cruella, I would have said you're nuts, but after seeing Cruella and thinking it was terrible, but I can now maybe see it. So I'm not a big Disney remake person. The only two I liked were Cinderella and Lady and the Tramp. Those are the only two I liked.
I only liked Cinderella. I did not like Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, really? I thought it was a pretty good. It did a good job of. I like the fact that they moved it to New Orleans because my family's from New Orleans, and I thought it was good. They kept.
I do like Cinderella though. Please let Gaston. I'm just gonna say Gaston. Gaston LeFou. I'm afraid I've been thinking. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna start singing here if you guys don't. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. What's happened tonight?
Kind of
Humanity is unsalvageable. I agree. Ultron was right. Ultron one look at the internet and decided we needed to go.
I will win you over that Age of Ultron is actually a good film. I will win you over one day.
No, I recently rewatched it and I can't agree.
Yeah, but that's because you're still looking at it from your perspective. You need to look at it with new eyes. You will see it. I guarantee
Jacob,
it.
Jacob, that's why you don't like Logan, is you're looking at it from your perspective. You need to look at it from your eyes.
Logan is woke. I will.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is woke. The main characters. I'll do a video explaining why I don't like Logan, but I've actually found out because a lot of defenders of Logan have actually changed their mind since. And I'm like, I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Because
no, that's not true. Wait, somebody wrote, "Hey, Jisterbell, I really love your work. Keep it in videos, and I'm personally a huge horror fan that was rooting for the substance." That was a nice comment. Thank you very much. Someone's screaming. People are screaming. Let me see what happened.
Uh-oh.
Mikey Madison wins Oscar for Best Actress in a Leading Role. So Demi Moore did not get it.
So that's Honora, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, at least it was not Emilia.
And now I'm saying at
least I'm
very conflicted in the comments over this.
Logan was not a great movie. It was woke trash.
We are now just getting
All right, we're to Best Picture now.
At least one more. I wish Demi Moore would have won. That would have been my personal pick, but at least I thought it was Carla for a second there because people were screaming. I was so sure it was going to be Demi.
Well, of course the Oscars are rigged. It's the Hollywood insiders voting. Someone said, WTH, Cynthia deserved that. Oscars are so rigged. I haven't seen Wicked, so I haven't seen any of the movies Best Actress. I need to hear this. Okay, guys, if I will make a video about why I think Logan is woke garbage, and y'all will be agreeing with me by the end of it. And I'll also make a video explaining why Age of Ultron is great. And
Jacob is wrong.
That'll change Chester Bell's mind.
He is hijacking the stream and he's telling lies. I love Logan. I love X-23. I love exactly.
It wasn't X-23. It was a poor knockoff from the original character.
That I like the original character and the one in Logan. We just disagree on this sort of thing and Jacob is wrong. That's all there is to it. Like, I will not have him come on my stream and spread propaganda like this. Jacob, I can boot you. You know that?
Oh, I thought I was number one now.
Anora might win Best Picture. I agree with that at this point.
Yeah, it seems like Nora is the new favorite.
I guess it's new. I guess it's more interesting than Conclave, which I didn't even watch, which was rumored to be Best Picture. Mikey Madison and Jennifer Lawrence are the only actresses born in the 90s to win Best Actress. That's interesting. It is kind of interesting that Mikey Madison went from the role in Scream to this. It just wasn't like a film that normally the Oscars would nominate, so it's just surprising that it's sweeping.
I haven't seen it, so I won't judge, but maybe because there were rumors that after all that stuff about the Emilia Perez director came out and Gascon, that they did like a straw vote because it was going to sweep originally.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
And so they gave it all to this other stuff. It was sweeping originally in the awards, and then the controversy happened.
Yeah, it won big in the Golden Globes, at BAFTA. No one cares about BAFTA though, except for the Brits, which that's okay. If you're a Brit, you like your award show, good for you. Meg Ryan could play the Joker now. I actually am kind of sad we don't see Meg Ryan anymore. I think she was a good actress.
Do you think Joss Whedon ruined Age of Ultron?
No, I don't think he ruined it. No. Yes. Joss Whedon is a good director. He's just a pervert. So
no, I disagree with Mike Kubrim. I think Emilia Perez was going to sweep. I think it was getting a lot. It was like a force. And that's why I think it was Journey Through Cinema that did a video when it won the Golden Globes and exposed a lot of people to it. And that's when it started getting more loud backlash after the Golden Globes. Yeah. Okay, Best Picture. Here we go. It's probably going to be Anora at this point. They kicked off the Hulu stream. No skin off my teeth.
Them kicking off the Hulu stream kind of makes me afraid.
Imagine if Emilia Perez won Best Picture after all this.
Conclave has only won Best Writing so far. So it might be Conclave. Here we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And the award goes to someone. People are in the chat are saying Anora.
Oh, it's Anora.
It is Anora.
Yeah, that's it's just wild. Like, I'm not saying it's a badly made film or anything. I've seen parts of it that look good. I'm just saying it's just not usually the film I would expect to win.
This will be the new Crash. I guarantee it. People are going to look back at that and say, what were they thinking?
Well, I think that it won because Amelia Perez was originally going to win.
Yeah. I think so too. So the adult film won.
Yeah. Well, Jacob, we have two. The Oscar goes to Shakespeare in Love. Oh yeah, that was another one that was crazy. Thank you for the $2, Sammy. Stop motion Oasis. I love how people are arguing in the comments about what should have won. So I haven't seen the whole thing. I just said that I thought it was odd that they've really thrown everything behind it. So guys, we have 211 people watching and we've only gone for 4 hours and I'm going to wrap things up now. Me and Jacob are both definitely someone says Honora was good but not that good for a Best Picture award.
Fair enough.
So people are really arguing about that, but I'm just saying I'm sure me and Jacob will have things to say after this. I'll see like where my brain is at in the morning and what I want to do with this Oscar stuff. If I want to do anything, I mean, perhaps I'll do something. I'm just so exhausted from this now, but this was like some of this stuff with Amelia Perez, that win was just disastrous and embarrassing. Anyway, we'll see about the morning. And what we're going to do with March, because March has a lot of great stuff. Thank you guys for 40,000 subscribers. Jacob and I will be on sometime later this week to do the 40,000 subscriber stream. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you guys next time.